against Appalachian State, but this is the ACC home opener. Virginia in town. The Tar Heels enter today near the top of the ACC standings at 2-1. Virginia, meanwhile, is at 3-1, sitting in fourth place currently. So there'll be some shuffling in the ACC standings throughout the course of the day because it is practically a full slate of ACC basketball here in early January. And over the course of our time that we get to spend together, we'll chat with Eric Montross, we'll hear from Hubert Davis, and run through the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard. Helping you is what they do best. We'll start things off with comments from Coach Davis, who met the media yesterday to discuss a variety of topics as he gets ready to take on the Cavaliers for the first time as a head coach. But, of course, this is a program that he knows pretty well from having been an assistant on staff for almost 10 years, and even before that having played against a very different-looking Virginia-type basketball team. But when asked about Virginia and some of their strong points yesterday, specifically their defense, here's how Coach Davis responded.
It's a combination of two things for them why they're so good defensively. One, they have good individual defenders. And then number two is they work really well team defense as well. They're all tied together. And so that combination every year for them puts them in a position to be great defensively. And so in order for us offensively, and this is against anyone, is there has to be great ball movement. And so one of the things that, we have talked about at great length is, having spacing, balance, and movement. And when you move defenders and you change the ball from one side to the other, and there's player movement, there's ball movement, and with the spacing and the balance that we have, that gives us opportunities to attack the basket and be able to score. And so that's something that we're hoping to do consistently on the offensive end tomorrow.
So that's Coach Davis speaking yesterday on Virginia's defense. It's been as good as any in the ACC over the course of the last decade or so. And Eric Montross, who didn't have to play against Tony Bennett, at least coach player, you certainly know Coach Bennett pretty well and his system well, big fellow. What is it about the pack line defense, if you could give just a common sense version of what this defense forces offenses to do or not do?
Well, I think the first thing that I would say is that they execute, and they execute defensively, and they support one another, and that makes it really difficult for opponents to get past that initial line of defense. And so I think that it's not that it's some magic defense. It just happens to be one that Tony Bennett has been exceptionally good at teaching. He's been exceptionally good at getting his players to execute. And it's been something that has forced their foes to think twice about how they operate their offense. So I think it's just been a really exceptional example of how defense can be played and executed by players.
If you heard a little Happy New Year in the background, that was former Cavalier Jason Williford, now on staff, shaking hands with the big fella here. And I've always respected the way that you guys have stayed in touch, not just with Jason, but everybody down the line that played over the course of the 80s and 90s and a little bit later on.
Well, old guys always have to stick together because we can share stories about things and we all forget things as we go, so we all sound better as we are present day. So, but yeah, no, I think that one of the examples of Virginia is just their staff and the staff that Tony's put together. It's been consistent. I think that consistency has really helped him develop his team. I think that it's been able to give consistency to the players and their approach, and it really goes back to your original question about their defense, which is that they're all on the same page, and that's something that's fun to watch if you're a fan of the game of basketball. And certainly it's been a tough bone to chew on for Carolina because of their performances, but it's an example of the game of basketball being played at a very high level.
All right, the Tar Heels 10-4, 2-1 in the ACC, trying to avoid a two-game skid for the second time this season, hosting Virginia this afternoon at 1 o'clock here in the Smith Center. We've got the Reed's Jewelers pregame show on the way at 12. In the meantime, countdown to tip-off. And coming off the Notre Dame performance, it just feels like some of the words that we hear Coach Davis say repeatedly, and he'll talk more about this later on, energy, effort, toughness, and it seemed from his post-game comments and what he said yesterday, some of those attributes were lacking during the course of the last game.
I think that the unfortunate pill that we have to swallow and get our arms around right now is that this team is still a work in progress, and I think that there are a number of layers to that. I think that everything, and Hubert would say this, that it starts and stops with the head coach. However, I would almost beg to differ and give him a little bit of an out that as players, you have to be fully committed to performing and doing exactly what you are asked to do. And there's been a difficulty in that translation, at least as we see it on the court, as we call the games, as we watch players develop and go through the course of a game. There does seem to be the highs and lows. And, we've often talked on this broadcast when we're talking about past Carolina teams, the thing that you're after is not the highest of the highs all the time. What you want is consistency and predictability within your team, so you know what you're going to get at the 8-minute timeout, at the 4-minute timeout, and in the second half. And this team has not been able to produce that consistency to this point, and that's been a stumbling block for them.
Again, Carolina hosting Virginia here in the ACC home opener, coming your way in just under 90 minutes. Jones and Eric will have the call for you. Jody Zeugner, Adam Lucas, Ben Alexander also on scene. John Essick pushing all the right buttons from our Learfield Mission Control studios. And so to close up this thought here, this Virginia team, and Tony Bennett told me the other day, this might be his youngest team that he's had in 13 years in Charlottesville, whereas some of the defensive numbers have been the same. Offensively, there are some new names to get to know because the Cavaliers have taken advantage of some transfers.
Well, they have. I mean, you look at a couple of the transfers, a transfer from Indiana, Armand Franklin. You look at Jayden Gardner, who transferred from ECU after last year. It is unlike a lot of Virginia teams from the standpoint that typically you see guys like Kihei Clark, who feels like he's been there since the 2010s, and all of a sudden you've got some new faces. This team struggled early. They have honed themselves and are now playing very well, and I think that goes back to our discussion about whether you're a Tar Heel fan or a Cavalier fan. Obviously, most of our listeners, we know who they're going to be cheering for, but you're going to only get better as you go through the season and as you play better competition. This Virginia team has become markedly better in the last two games against Syracuse. They shot 43% in the first half, 63% in the second half. Against Clemson, 61% in the first half, 48% in the second half. And so this Virginia team now is coupling a very productive offense with the defense that has been their staple.
All right, Carolina and Virginia coming up this afternoon. Eric, we appreciate the time you spent with us here on Countdown to Tip-Off. We'll be back in touch here in about 20 minutes on the Reach Jewelers pregame show.
Thanks, Dave.
Okay, from Eric Montross, we go to a break. Out of the break, we'll check back in with Coach Davis on what unfolded in South Bend the other day. And as Eric mentioned, Kihei Clark, how he has matured and progressed over the course of a 4-year career in Charlottesville. Plus, a long look at the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard. Plenty of ACC action to get into today. Up-to-the-minute ACC standings, and then a lot of top 25 activity to come as well. Countdown to tip-off resumes after a quick timeout from Learfield.
Welcome back, Tar Heels. As North Carolina goes back to school, work, and play, let Janney King ensure your facility is properly clean and disinfected for your employees, students, and customers. For schools, food services, hospitals, and office buildings, call Janney King of Raleigh-Durham at 919-852-1555. That's 919-852-1555. Or go to JanneyKingRDU.com. Janney King, the king of clean.
When you're getting ready for the big game, make sure you have plenty of Hampton Farms peanuts on hand. Hampton Farms is based in North Carolina, just like the Tar Heels, and they specialize in producing only the highest quality, fresh roasted, in-the-shell peanuts and snacks. In addition, peanuts are one of the healthiest snacks around. They are naturally low in carbs and high in protein. So before the next game, head to your favorite store's produce department and grab a bag of Hampton Farms in-the-shell peanuts, the official peanuts of the Tar Heels.
It's bow time. Tick, tick, boom. Like a powder keg in your mouth. Southbound, scratch made. Not in a microwave oven, but an oven. Biscuits baked 49 steps fluffy. Chicken marinated 12 hours bold. Iced tea steeped 12 minutes lazy as a porch swing. Now you're talking sweet, easy Southern style. Because when it comes to down-home cooking, it's not our first rodeo. Feed the whole family with a Big Bow Box Supremes meal. It's bow time.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, the new Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan. So make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Hey Carolina family, this is head football coach Mac Brown. As official sponsor of Carolina Athletics, Wells Fargo understands being a Tar Heel means there's no off season. With a Wells Fargo Tar Heels debit card, you can show off your Carolina pride no matter where you are. It's your colors, your team, your card. Visit wellsfargo.com and search Card Design Studio to learn more.
Copyright 2021 Wells Fargo Bank N.A. All rights reserved.
On the inside, a Honda is comfortable, technologically advanced, and loaded with next-gen features. But on the outside, a Honda is fuel-efficient, powerful, and stylish. Like the versatile HR-V, the 8-passenger Pilot, or a turbocharged Civic. No matter what kind of car you need, Honda has it. Because inside and outside, a Honda is the total package. Hurry, they're selling fast. Now at your Honda dealer of the Carolinas.
Countdown to tip-off resumes here on a chilly Saturday outside the Smith Center. Inside, it is warm and fixing to get cozy here. Fans already starting to meet their seats. The student section beginning to fill up behind the basket to our right. And Virginia and Carolina going through some pregame warm-ups on the floor in front of us. Again, countdown to tip-off with you until the top of the hour. We've got the Reed's Jewelers pregame show on the way at noon. You just heard from Eric Montross and a brief snippet from Coach Davis as well. Let's head back to the first-year head coach of the Tar Heels and go back to the midweek game against Notre Dame as Coach Davis discusses his team's effort.
I'm trying to clearly, definitively, straightforward, not vague, no interpretations, trying to get that clear that showing up on the court, whether it's practice, shoot around, or playing in a game, absent of energy, effort, and toughness, is not going to work individually for our guys, and it's not going to work collectively as a team. You know, one of the things that I talked about yesterday at practice, and I talked to him today at practice before and throughout it, is that, you know, you've been given an opportunity. You've been given an opportunity to play. You've been given an opportunity to put on that uniform. You've been given an opportunity to run through that tunnel. You've been given an opportunity to play here for this program. Not only do you have an opportunity, you also have the ability. So some people don't have an opportunity, some people don't have the ability, and some people don't have an opportunity and the ability. But our guys have the opportunity to be great individually and as a team, and they have the ability to be great individually and as a team. And so that's unacceptable to have the opportunity and also have the ability. That leads to you have a responsibility. And you have the responsibility to be the best that you can be and to bring energy, effort, and toughness in everything that you do.
That's Coach Davis speaking yesterday at his pregame press conference. Virginia, the opponent today against the Tar Heels. And these comments from Coach Davis come courtesy of Backyard Bistro. Carolina fans, this basketball season, come try made-to-order burgers, pulled pork barbecue, and more from Backyard Bistro. You can find them in the Smith Center concession area. It's hellaciously good. Let's go back one more time to Coach Davis speaking yesterday. And we'll shift our focus now to Virginia and the engine, the straw that stirs the drink, so to speak. That's point guard Kihei Clark.
A really great basketball player. Defensively, he picks up every time full court. He's an outstanding defensive player. He knows how to run a team. He's a true point guard. He's got a great understanding of when to pass and when to shoot, and every year he just keeps getting better and better. I think he's shooting, I don't know the exact percentage, but he's shooting over 40% from three-point range, and that's something that early in his career, at times people would say that that would be one of his weaknesses, and now it's one of his strengths. And so to me, that's what college basketball is about. It's about growth and progression, not only on the court but off the court, but his progression and improvement on the court has just been fun to watch. He approaches the game the right way, and he's a great player. I mean, it's going to be fun competing against him. I'm a big fan of his.
And that is Coach Davis on Virginia floor leader Kihei Clark. Whether you're in the stands waiting for the Tar Heels to tip off or faithfully tuning in as you hit the road, Marathon has the fuel to keep your engine running at peak performance because you never know where life is going to take you. A quick closing note here on this segment before we get into the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard. Today at halftime, Danny Green will be honored for his $1 million gift to endow a men's basketball scholarship. Believe it or not, Green is in his 13th year in the NBA. He's with the Philadelphia 76ers right now. And shall we say, when postseason rolls around, he's been around. He's won NBA championships with the San Antonio Spurs in 2014, with the Raptors in 2019, and with the Lakers in 2020. He and LeBron James are the only players in NBA history to start for 3 different franchises that won NBA titles. Green, James, Robert Horry, and John Salley are the only other players to play for 3 different organizations to win NBA championships. And it's not like he's just been on the roster. Green has played pivotal roles in all 3 of those championships. He's tied for 4th in NBA Finals history with 59 career three-pointers, and that trails only Steph Curry, LeBron James, and Klay Thompson. Winning nothing new to Green, he played for Carolina and won a record 123 games from 2005 to 2009. He's the only Tar Heel with at least 1,000 points, 500 rebounds, 200 assists, 100 blocks, and 100 steals. And he's in some pretty good Carolina company with Michael Jordan, James Worthy, and Justin Jackson as the only Tar Heels to win NCAA and NBA championships. 3 regular season ACC titles, 2 ACC tournament crowns, 2 Final Fours, and 4 wins at Duke, including the 2009 NCAA championship. All checker the resume of Danny Green, who again will be here today and honored at halftime for his $1 million gift that endows a men's basketball scholarship. We'll take a break and come back. More countdown to tip-off with a look at the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard coming your way after this from Learfield.
It's bow time. Tick, tick, boom. Like a powder keg in your mouth. Southbound, scratch made. Not in a microwave oven, but an oven. Biscuits baked 49 steps fluffy. Chicken marinated 12 hours bold. Iced tea steeped 12 minutes lazy as a porch swing. Now you're talking sweet, easy Southern style. Because when it comes to down-home cooking, it's not our first rodeo. Feed the whole family with a Big Bow Box Supremes meal. It's bow time.
Welcome back, Tar Heels. As North Carolina goes back to school, work, and play, let Janet King ensure your facility is properly clean and disinfected for your employees, students, and customers. For schools, food services, hospitals, and office buildings, call Janet King of Raleigh-Durham at 919-852-1555. That's 919-852-1555. Or go to JanetKingRDU.com. Janet King, the king of clean.
When you're getting ready for the big game, make sure you have plenty of Hampton Farms peanuts on hand. Hampton Farms is based in North Carolina, just like the Tar Heels, and they specialize in producing only the highest quality, fresh roasted, in-the-shell peanuts and snacks. In addition, peanuts are one of the healthiest snacks around. They are naturally low in carbs and high in protein. So before the next game, head to your favorite store's produce department and grab a bag of Hampton Farms in-the-shell peanuts, the official peanuts of the Tar Heels.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
At Smith Drugs of Forest City, we are continue to offer the COVID-19 rapid testing and the COVID-19 vaccinations. Please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591 with any questions or concerns that you may have. You may also visit our website at smithsdrugsfc.com and schedule your COVID rapid 19 test or your vaccination. Again, if you have any questions, please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591.
It's that time again, time to get the flu vaccines. And Smith's Drugs in Forest City has the flu vaccinations available. Walk-ins Monday through Friday and Saturdays by appointment. And Smith's Drug is asking all their Dream Station and System 1 CPAP customers to call if you need any help with registering your recalled devices. Just call the Home Medical Department for any help or with questions at 828-245-4591. And Smith's Drugs has the Moderna and Pfizer initial shots and the boosters. They also have the flu vaccines at Smith's Drugs of Forest City. There are so many insurance agencies here and there, but to find a dependable agency that you can trust, that would be Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency. They are your full-service agency offering auto, business, homeowners, health, and life. Maxwell B. Hamrick is an independent insurance agent. Call them today at 286-2384. They care about their customers, and it shows. They're located at 119 Huntley Street in Spindale. Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency, serving one satisfied customer at a time.
Dave Nathan welcoming you back to the Smith Center for ACC basketball this afternoon. Carolina hosting Virginia in a battle of one-loss league teams. The Cavaliers half game up in the win column at 3-1, currently sitting in fourth place. The Tar Heels and Notre Dame Fighting Irish, again, both 2-1. Notre Dame coming off that 78-73 win over the Tar Heels on Wednesday as Carolina tries to get back in the W column. As we approach the top of the hour and the Reach Jewelers pregame show, let's take a look at the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard. Helping you is what they do best. To run through the standings quickly before we get into today's schedule, Miami and Louisville both atop the pile with identical 4-0 records. They both won close games on Wednesday, so the Canes and Cards 4-0 and number one in the ACC standings. Duke sitting at 2-0, the only other unbeaten team in the ACC. Then it's 3-1 Virginia, 2-1 Carolina, and Notre Dame. Wake Forest sitting at 2-2, and then Boston College is at 1-1. Everybody else is below 500. Syracuse, Clemson, Florida State, 1-2. NC State is 1-3. And then a trio of 0-3 teams, Pittsburgh, Virginia Tech, and Georgia Tech, still looking to get their first ACC W's. In the ACC today, there'll be plenty of chances for some wins. The first game on the ledger is Clemson at NC State. That's a noon tip from Raleigh. Then it's our game, Virginia here in Chapel Hill to take on Carolina at 1. Later at 2 o'clock, Syracuse heads to Winston-Salem and Joel Coliseum where Wake Forest awaits. At 4 o'clock, Boston College heads to Pittsburgh. At 6, Georgia Tech hosts Notre Dame. Later at 8, two games, Miami and number 2 Duke in Durham, and Florida State welcomes Louisville to Tallahassee. As far as the top 25 action goes today, well, one game just wiped off. Number 10 Michigan State's game against Michigan has been postponed, so there are now 3 postponements in the top 25. The other 2, number 7 USC at Stanford and number 8 Arizona at Arizona State. Plenty of games, though, that are still scheduled to be played, like this one, number 1 Baylor at TCU. That's a 5 o'clock tip from Fort Worth. A little earlier at noon, number 3 Purdue heads to Penn State. Late one from the West Coast at 9 is number 4 Gonzaga hosts Pepperdine. Another one out west at 8 from the Pac-12. Number 5 UCLA heads north to Cal for that matchup. Big 12 basketball at 4 o'clock sees number 6 Kansas play at number 25 Texas Tech. In the SEC, Florida heads to the Plains, and number 9 Auburn at 8 p.m. At 6, 11th ranked Iowa State tries to tackle Oklahoma. An afternoon tip from Houston. It's the 12th ranked Cougars battling Wichita State at 12 noon. At 2 o'clock, number 14 Texas goes to Oklahoma State at 3:30. 15th ranked Alabama goes to Missouri. Another noon tip. This one's at Providence. The 16th ranked Friars take on St. John's at 6 in the Southeastern Conference. Georgia and Kentucky, the 16th ranked Wildcats, hosting the Bulldogs from Rupp Arena. Staying in the Southeastern Conference, Baton Rouge, the side of this one. 18th ranked Tennessee on the road at number 21 LSU. They'll tip off at 6 o'clock from the Maravich Assembly Center. A 2 p.m. tilt. This one has number 19 Villanova at DePaul. At 4 o'clock, number 20 Colorado State goes to San Diego State. And at noon, UConn is at number 24 Seton Hall. A couple of Carolina football notes to pass along. The Tar Heels have parted ways with defensive coordinator Jay Bateman and Javon DeWitt, who coordinated the special teams. That is in addition to few other players that we had reported earlier that have either headed off into the NFL draft or hit the transfer portal. So we'll continue to monitor all those situations as they develop. But today, a day for basketball as Carolina takes on Virginia in an ACC scrum. The Cavaliers have taken 7 straight from Carolina, and it's the longest streak of success Virginia's had in this series since 1911 to 1916, when Virginia won the first 8 games between these two schools. So you could say it's been a while since anybody in this league has enjoyed this amount of success against Carolina. Doing some digging a little earlier, in the ACC era, only North Carolina State has had a longer winning streak against the Tar Heels when the Pac won 9 in a row back in the 1970s. So that's some ACC era action to get in touch with as Virginia goes for an 8th straight win today here against Carolina. The Tar Heels trying to get back in the win column after falling earlier this week to Notre Dame. Again, the tail of the tape in this one, Virginia, not a team that scores it real well, scoring just over 63 points per game, while the Tar Heels come in at 79 points per contest, and the Cavaliers' defense holding opponents under 58 points per contest. The Tar Heels allow just over 71 points per game. So we'll see how this one unravels between Carolina and Virginia, with the tip-off coming your way at 1 o'clock and the Reed's Jewelers pregame show right around the corner here at the top of the hour. Our thanks to Eric Montross for joining us off the top of the show. You also heard from Hubert Davis, and thank you for your listenership and participation on this Saturday morning, quickly turning into a Saturday afternoon. The Reed's Jewelers pregame show hits the airwaves when we come back after this. Dave Nathan saying so long and farewell for now. This has been Countdown to Tip-Off from the Smith Center on a Saturday from Learfield.
Welcome back, Tar Heels. As North Carolina goes back to school, work, and play, let Janet King ensure your facility is properly clean and disinfected for your employees, students, and customers. For schools, food services, hospitals, and office buildings, call Janet King of Raleigh-Durham at 919-852-1555. That's 919-852-1555. Or go to janetkingrdu.com. Janet King, the king of clean.
From the mountains to the coast, 2.5 million North Carolinians are members of an electric cooperative. As a co-op member, you're part of exciting efforts to build a brighter future in the Tar Heel State through innovative energy programs that make the electric grid more efficient and sustainable. Plus, you're supporting local communities by empowering tomorrow's leaders. Learn more at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
The perfect tailgate. All you need are your friends and the 2021 Ford F-150 with the available Pro Power onboard. It's like a mobile generator to power your tailgate all game long. It's this tradition of toughness and innovation that's made Ford F-Series America's best-selling truck 44 years straight and counting. Make your game day traditions bigger and better season after season. Check out the 2021 Ford F-150 at your Carolina Ford dealer. Based on 1977 through 2020 calendar year total sales.
Harris Teeter has partnered with UNC, NC State, Wake Forest, and Duke to bring you the Big Four Grocery Assist Sweepstakes. Each week a contestant is chosen, and they win $5 in free groceries for every assist by a Big Four school that week. Plus, one grand prize winner will be selected for the Big Four VIP shoot-around prize package. Invite up to 20 friends and family for a private scrimmage at the Big Four school of your choice. Visit harristeeter.com and look for the Grocery Assist Sweepstakes section to enter. Harris Teeter, where Tar Heel fans love to shop.
Hey Carolina fans, are you a diehard Tar Heel looking to show your support from home this year? Join the Rams Club and make an impact on the Carolina student athletes you cheer for on the field, on the court, or in competition. Rams Club memberships start at $25 and are for Tar Heels of all ages. You can join the fun by visiting ramsclub.com/join. Go Heels!
It's bow time. Tick, tick, boom. Like a powdered keg in your mouth. Southbound, scratch made. Not in a microwave oven, but an oven. Biscuits baked 49 steps fluffy. Chicken marinated 12 hours bold. Iced tea steeped 12 minutes lazy as a porch swing. Now you're talking sweet, easy Southern style. Because when it comes to down-home cooking, it's not our first rodeo. Feed the whole family with a Big Bow Box Supremes meal. It's bow time.
Three-pointer. Carolina wins it. The Tar Heels win it.
The following is a presentation of the Tar Heels Sports Network.
7 consecutive games. That's the winning streak for Virginia over Carolina on the basketball court. It represents the longest streak for the Cavaliers since they won the first 8 games ever played between these two schools, and accounts for 12% of all of Virginia's victories ever against the Tar Heels. Yesterday, Hubert Davis said he would hope that streak of Wahoo's success would motivate the Tar Heels, but he also said his team shouldn't need any more motivation. This is a home Saturday ACC game in early January, and another opportunity to suit it up for the Tar Heels. What more motivation do you really need? The Tar Heels Sports Network's coverage of the 192nd meeting between Virginia and Carolina starts right now.
The foundation is set here at Carolina.
In dominant fashion tonight in the Smith Center.
And the way that we will play
goes back up and scores.
Will be the Carolina way.
Here comes Carolina. Quick three. Got it! Walton, right corner. 3, nothing but net. RJ from the right wing. Heels up 11. Love finds Baycott at the free throw line. Goes right down the lane. Gets the scoop and the horn. Black out to Love for 3. Yes! Caleb, the triple. Davis one-on-one with Couture is going to go up, get the bucket, and draw the foul. Hey there, young fella. What a tough pass to Love. His scoop shot won't go, but there's Baycott to clean it up. Behind the back dribble, and he'll take it himself as his shot pinned against the glass. Back to Caleb for the tomahawk. Hello.
The Tar Heels
There's the horn, and Carolina sweeps the regular season series.
are here.
Let's go.
This is Dave Nathan. Carolina's back in Chapel Hill for the first time since December 21st. After 3 consecutive conference games on the road, the Heels host Virginia in today's ACC home opener. Jones Angel had the call of this afternoon's contest.
You know, Dave, at times the Tar Heel defense has been impressive. At other times, not so much. Which version of that Carolina D shows up today will help determine the winner of this one. Eric Montross, former All-America center for Carolina and a member of that 1993 national championship team.
Well, Virginia's style of play has been constant since the arrival of Tony Bennett. This approach has not been favorable for the Tar Heels. Today, as Carolina tries to rebound off their disappointing road loss to Notre Dame, all the areas that have historically plagued Carolina versus Virginia, well, they're today's keys. Stopping dribble penetration on defense, using the penetrating dribble on offense, defending the Cavalier shooters, and finding the offensive space to give our own a better chance than not of success. Additionally, Baycott is a huge key for Carolina's offense throughout this season, but the pack line defense has been some kind of trouble for Tar Heel passers to penetrate. None of the aforementioned points are to say Carolina is doomed today versus Virginia. In fact, they are probably best prepared for a victory today than in years past. But as they say, proof is in the pudding, and 1 hour from now, we get the first taste, Dave.
We've got all those storylines on a tasty Reed's Jewelers pregame show. Plus, Ron Curry reflects on his path from Virginia to Carolina. We'll bring you interviews with head coaches Hubert Davis and Tony Bennett. Eric Montross and Adam Lucas answer your questions about the Tar Heels, and we'll check on scores from around the country, too. All of that and more is coming up as we count you down to tip-off between the Tar Heels and Cavaliers. From the Smith Center in Chapel Hill, this is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
On the inside, a Honda is comfortable, technologically advanced, and loaded with next-gen features. But on the outside, a Honda is fuel-efficient, powerful, and stylish. Like the versatile HR-V, the 8-passenger Pilot, or a turbocharged Civic. No matter what kind of car you need, Honda has it. Because inside and outside, a Honda is the total package. Hurry, they're selling fast. Now at your Honda dealer of the Carolinas.
From star athletes to super fans, UNC Health is dedicated to caring for champions of all kinds. For you, the latest advancements and our greatest expertise are always in play to deliver personalized care with the utmost compassion. It's the kind of care that keeps champions like you and your family in the game when it matters the most. See our lineup at unchealthcare.org/sports.
Texting while driving takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. That's like driving the length of a basketball court 3 times with your eyes closed. Research shows you are 3 times more likely to get into an accident when distracted by a cell phone. Trusted Choice independent insurance agents urge you and your families to put down your phone. Every day in the U.S., more than 9 people are killed and 1,000 injured in crashes involving a distracted driver. Let's have a hands-free NC. Brought to you by Trusted Choice independent insurance agents of North Carolina. Learn more at trustedchoice.com/GoHeels.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
You know, there is a lot of misleading information about Medicaid eligibility. The Arledge Law Firm would like for you to know the truth. For instance, if you need a nursing home, Medicaid will take your home. That's not true. Another one is, if you transfer assets, you have to wait 60 months to qualify. Again, not true. And this big one, if you're already in a nursing home, it's too late to protect your assets. Not true, not true, not true. Call attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Kent Baldwin, or Martin Gerard at the Arledge Law Firm and get free consultation and learn the truth. It's more likely than you think that you may qualify for nursing home care and not lose everything you own. It's worth a call to Arledge Law Firm at 287-3338, located on East Court Street in Rutherfordton.
For all your pharmacy needs, choose the Medicine Box of Forest City. Pharmacist Sheila Sheehan provides excellent care and pharmacy assistance for Medicare prescription cards. The Medicine Box is your home medical equipment provider, offering wheelchairs, walkers, nebulizers, and diabetic supplies. They also will direct bill Medicare for all your home medical needs. Call 245-1696. The Medicine Box on Broadway in Forest City, your local hometown pharmacy. Curbside service is available.
Nobody gets a better deal than the customers at Sisk Family Ford. They have a proven record of the best deals. Sisk Family Ford, Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealer, has recently been recognized as the #1 Ford dealer in customer satisfaction in the Southeast. That speaks well of their commitment to serve their customers well. Look for all the new design 2021 F-150 at Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealership. That's Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
Basketball is brought to you by Hunt Brothers Pizza, the official pizza of Carolina Athletics. This is the Reed's Jewelers pregame show.
Carolina returns home after Wednesday's 78-73 loss at Notre Dame to face Virginia. And before we get into the nuts and bolts of today's matchup, you need players to play, and the Heels were without 3 important ones, Jones, in South Bend. So let's update the status of Justin McCoy, a former Cavalier, Kerwin Walton, and Darson Garcia for today.
Yeah, getting a little closer. Tar Heels will have one of those 3 gentlemen available to them. Justin McCoy, who has missed the last 2 games for the Tar Heels in health and safety protocols due to COVID issues, has returned, and so he will be available for the Tar Heels today, but still no Kerwin Walton, still no Dawson Garcia for Carolina. And so, Eric, that is good news that you do get Justin McCoy back. Carolina adds a little bit of depth and a guy who has, veteran players, been through ACC battles before with both Virginia and has played early in the year for Carolina in non-conference action. And I think especially without Garcia again today, Justin McCoy is going to be needed. His size in particular is something that Carolina can really use. The question is, how ready is he to go out and give you a bunch of minutes? My guess is maybe not as much as you normally would have, simply because he hasn't been able to practice as much here over the last couple of days.
Well, I think that's the issue. The issue is, he's been out for a week, and now you've got to re-enter him into this, which he's obviously familiar with the game, but, in a week, a lot of things change within a team, and so assuming that he's going to be in the kind of condition and framework to be able to support this team in substantial minutes, I think is a little bit of a miss. I think he's going to be limited today, but I think that it's probably going to be limited by the coaches rather than by him. There's nobody who would rather be out on this court today than Justin McCoy, and we certainly hope that when he does get the opportunity that he presents well.
That's our look at the Breakthrough Physical Therapy Injury Report. You can visit Breakthrough Physical Therapy online at breakthrough-pt.com. Proud partner of Carolina Athletics and keeping fans in the game. Well, as far as today's game goes, we all know Carolina's been right at the top of college basketball's best for as long as any of us can remember. Virginia has upgraded its program with the hiring of Tony Bennett in the last 13 years. But, guys, for just the second time since 2014, both teams are out of the rankings, but in this odd year, both are still near the top of the ACC standings.
Yeah, it's a big-time transition year, I think, for Virginia as far as their roster is concerned. A lot of the guys that you remember from years past, of course, have cycled through. And those are some of the names that have been gone for a couple years, guys like Ty Jerome and Kyle Guy and DeAndre Hunter. I'm all those guys who were part of that great team that won the championship in 19. But even some of the more recent players like a Jay Huff, the 1 year that they had Sam Hauser, those guys have moved on as well. So, and we'll talk about Virginia more in a second. Kihei Clark, who's been there forever, is still there and is a big part of what they do. And, of course, we know the transition that the Tar Heels are going through with the not just new players but a brand-new coaching staff and just a lot of upheaval around the Tar Heel program as well with Hubert Davis coming in. And so both these teams, I think, are well coached. Both these teams have shown moments of progress this year. Virginia has played really well in their last two games. We know the Tar Heels have had some moments where they've looked really good and then looked not as good. You know, to me, Eric, going back to Wednesday real fast, I think one thing that needs to happen for Carolina, and I'd be interested in your thoughts on this because obviously you've done it at a high level, is Carolina's got to figure out how to close these games. The frustrating part about Carolina on Wednesday was not that the Tar Heels lost and there were defensive issues and we know all that. Carolina led by one with about 3.5 minutes to go. Tar Heels win that game 80% of the time, and yet they did not execute down the stretch, and it feels like over the last couple of seasons it's been that way more than the way that we're used to from Carolina. How did these guys figure out, in your opinion, how to start winning those games in that crunch time in the last 3-4 minutes?
Well, I think the first thing you got to do is you got to win some of those games.
Right.
And get a taste of what winning feels like in those moments when every half possession counts. Every decision that you make, every cut that you make, every screen that you set, rebound, box out, everything matters. And so I think that for this team, it's some of that. I think also they have to trust themselves to say, okay, it may not feel like in this moment I can do exactly what I'm being asked by the coaches to do, but you've got to do it. And I think that's the thing that has been a little chilling as a fan and as someone who cares about this program is to watch that sometimes these players are defaulting back to what their tendencies are rather than what the team tendencies should be. And I think that's the first thing that these players have to wrap their arms around because the messaging is there. The teaching is there. The principles are there. They have to trust those. And once you trust them, and it's hard. I mean, it sounds very simple to talk about, Jones and Dave, but it's hard to get your mind. If you've not seen it work, it's hard to trust something that way. And so not trying to get overly philosophical, but I think it is going to take some small bites of success and just the repetition that this team is seeing in practice and against better competition.
Some good competition in the Smith Center today for Carolina. That's the Virginia Cavaliers, a team that we'll take a deep dive into when we come back after this from Learfield.
The perfect tailgate. All you need are your friends and the 2021 Ford F-150 with the available Pro Power onboard. It's like a mobile generator to power your tailgate all game long. It's this tradition of toughness and innovation that's made Ford F-Series America's best-selling truck 44 years straight and counting. Make your game day traditions bigger and better season after season. Check out the 2021 Ford F-150 at your Carolina Ford dealer. Based on 1977 through 2020 calendar year total sales.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, the new Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan. So make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Whether it's 12 miles to the Pee Wee football comeback of a lifetime, 80 miles to your first hole-in-one, or more like 8 shots to the first hole. Whether it's 240 back road miles to sleeping under the stars, or just a few blocks to the grocery store. Marathon has the fuel to keep your engine running at peak performance. Because you never know where life is going to take you. For quality fuel through every mile, fill up at Marathon.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
At Smith Drugs of Forest City, we are continuing to offer the COVID-19 rapid testing and the COVID-19 vaccinations. Please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591 with any questions or concerns that you may have. You may also visit our website at smithsdrugsfc.com and schedule your COVID rapid 19 test or your vaccination. Again, if you have any questions, please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591.
It's that time again, time to get the flu vaccines. And Smith Drugs in Forest City has the flu vaccinations available. Walk-ins Monday through Friday and Saturdays by appointment. And Smith Drug is asking all their Dream Station and System 1 CPAP customers to call if you need any help with registering your recalled devices. Just call the Home Medical Department for any help or with questions at 828-245-4591. And Smith Drugs has the Moderna and Pfizer initial shots and the boosters. They also have the flu vaccines at Smith Drugs of Forest City. There are so many insurance agencies here and there, but to find a dependable agency that you can trust, that would be Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency. They are your full-service agency offering auto, business, homeowners, health, and life. Maxwell B. Hamrick is an independent insurance agent. Call them today at 286-2384. They care about their customers, and it shows. They're located at 119 Huntley Street in Spindale. Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency, serving one satisfied customer at a time.
Come try made-to-order burgers, pulled pork barbecue, and more from Backyard Bistro. You can find them in the Smith Center concession area. It's hilariously good. Dave Nathan welcoming you back to the Reed's Jewelers pregame show as Virginia's in town today to take on Carolina. The Cavaliers arrived to town 9-5 overall and 3-1 in the ACC, but those are just some broad numbers. As you dig a little deeper, the Cavs lost 2 of 3 to begin the year, including their opener to Navy. Then Tony Bennett's team won 5 out of 6, and the only loss in that stretch was to Iowa by just a single point in the ACC Big Ten Challenge. Then came another head-scratching loss at James Madison, and Jones more recently. The Cavaliers have been on the uptick, winning their last 2 on the road over Clemson and Syracuse.
Yeah, well, you can really juxtapose 2 games against Clemson to kind of see where Virginia is right now, as the Cavaliers hosted Clemson in late December. That was December 22nd, and the Tigers took care of them, 67-50. And that, again, was in Charlottesville. So we know, Carolina knows firsthand how difficult that trip has been in recent years, and that's a pretty eye-opening score. Well, fast forward just a couple weeks to January 4th with a win at Syracuse in between, and all of a sudden Virginia goes on the road to Clemson and wins by 10, 75-65. And so, Eric, I think there are some clear challenges that Virginia is working through this year. It is not as skilled an offensive team that it has been in, let's say, the last 5 years or so. There's not as much experience on this team as they have been fortunate enough to have. But they also have, we know, a very good coach, and it appears as though they're starting to figure some things out with these back-to-back road wins at Syracuse and at Clemson.
Yeah, no, I think a big part of it, and not the whole part, because certainly when you think about Virginia, it requires their defense to be at a high level. I think it continues to improve. Also, it's their offense has started to pick up, and you look at their offense and you say against Clemson, when they were down at when they were in Charlottesville against Clemson, Virginia shot 21% in the second half. In the second half of this most recent game, they shot 48%, and in the first half they shot 61%. So they're starting to find the basket more offensively. They're able to use their offensive weapons. The other thing is Kaden Shedrick has had 10 blocks in the 2 games against Clemson. And so this is a guy at 6'11". He's a sophomore. He's from Holly Springs. He's a player that is starting to show defensively what he's made of, and I think that's something also that Carolina can't look past, because even if you get past this first line of defense, you're going to have to start looking at a guy like Shedrick who's going to be inside trying to be that rim protector, and that's always good to have in the backcourt if you're a team.
To flip the script, Eric, from defense to offense, you'd be hard-pressed to find a better offensive player on this Virginia roster than a transfer by the name of Jayden Gardner, who leads the team in scoring at over 15 points per game. But his effectiveness in shooting the basketball, almost 60% field goal percentage, is one of the numbers that jumped out to me.
Yeah, he was 7 of 11 last game from the field, 9 of 10 from the foul line. He's a transfer from ECU after last year. And when you look at him, a 6'6 senior, he's a guy that has been around. He's matured as a player. And now I think as a mature player to be picked by Tony Bennett to come into their system, there was enough cogs in the wheel that you just had to fit him in. And I think he's becoming quite the fit because he has been an absolute dynamo for them, playing 30 minutes a game, leading the team in points scored at 15.5 and rebounding at 7.5 a game. So he's a big deal, Jones.
Well, two things about him. One, not only is he a big deal, he's a big dude. I mean, he's 6'6", 246.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's thick and powerful. And as Eric said, a senior. So he's a veteran guy, a mature player, not just on the court, but just physically mature because he's older. He's an older guy. So big, thick guy. Who guards him for Carolina? Is that Brady Manick? Is that Baycott? But then you've also got Shedrick down there. So I don't know how Carolina will handle that defensive assignment. That'll be worth keeping an eye on. And then it just seems as though, talking about Gardner and his high field goal percentage, he doesn't do anything outside of what he's good at. Like he knows where he can be successful, and he doesn't try to stray away from that. And so he's going to get you offensive rebounds. He's going to bully you in the paint. He's going to take 8-foot jump shots. He's not going to step out and try to take a ton of threes. He's taken a couple this year, but he seems to understand how he's good, and he plays to those strengths.
Well, and isn't that, and Dave, as we quickly wrap up for you, isn't that the key? When
Right.
you have a player who plays within themselves, but more importantly within the system, and then maximizes their potential within that system. And certainly he's off to a great start in Gardner.
That's Virginia in town today to take on Carolina. As we take another timeout, we'll come back. Adam Lucas will join us. He and Eric will answer some of your Carolina questions. And Coach Davis talk shop with Jones in the Continental Tire Coach's Corner. ACC basketball this afternoon from the Smith Center from Learfield.
The MT1 Series tractor from LS is a powerhouse packed in a compact footprint, and it's now available with high-capacity loader attachment. This tractor loader package provides you everything you need to get the job done right. Visit your local dealer or check us out online at lstractorusa.com to experience the LS difference for yourself. Rules, restrictions, eligibility, and participation may apply.
If you want the nation's best auto insurer, look no further than North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Rated #1 in Crash Network's Insurer Report Card, we're the only insurer in the nation to receive an A+ rating from auto body shops in 2020 and 2021. Our philosophy is simple. Be fair, be quick, be the best. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
North Carolina's 26 electric cooperatives recognize the best classroom projects and the teachers who create them through the Bright Ideas Education Grant Program. These grants provide funding for creative projects in grades K through 12.
Congratulations to Bright Ideas Grant winner Dana Ritchie of Catawba Heights Elementary in Belmont. Her project, Learning Science with Legos, is sponsored by Rutherford Electric Membership Cooperative based in Forest City.
If you're a teacher with a bright idea, visit ncbrightideas.com.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
Nobody gets a better deal than the customers at Sisk Family Ford. They have a proven record of the best deals. Sisk Family Ford, Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealer, has recently been recognized as the #1 Ford dealer in customer satisfaction in the Southeast. That speaks well of their commitment to serve their customers well. Look for all the new design 2021 F-150 at Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealership. That's Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
You need an insurance agent you can talk to? Call Insurance Service Associates at 828-245-5301. We want to help you get the best out of your insurance dollar. As a trusted choice independent agent, we shop your coverage with several companies to give you the best value. More companies, better choices, best rate. Come see us at our new office at 245 East Main Street in Forest City, or call us at 828-245-5301.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. Private healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, give us a call at 800-497-7252. That's 800-497-7252.
Hi, it's Jones Angel. Thanks for staying tuned to our friends here in Rutherford County. WCAB, Rutherfordton.
Reach Jewelers tip-off time is 1:02. Reach Jewelers, your home for fine Swiss timepieces, beautiful diamonds, and the world's most luxurious jewelry brands. That's Reach Jewelers, trusted with life's moments. We trust Eric Montross and Adam Lucas to answer your Carolina questions, and for that, our first one comes from Tom Drew. Eric, is Carolina's offense this year better suited to match up against Virginia?
I think so. I mean, I think anytime you have shooters that can what we've had a problem with as far as Carolina's games in the past, and there have been several ways that Virginia's kind of gotten at the core of our susceptibility issues. We didn't have shooters that could make shots consistently. And last year when it was Kerwin Walton, it was an easy focus, and it was difficult to get passes to him, and it was difficult for Kerwin to get open. So now when you have the ability to stretch, and you have Brady Manick, and you have Caleb Love, and you have R.J. Davis and others to complement this, you're going to have more places for the defense to focus on. So in theory, if you can get the ball and if you can get enough space to take those shots, you're going to be in better shape and better opportunity to put some points on the board, and that's certainly what Virginia's going to try and combat.
Adam, next question from Jake Brown. Danny Green's going to be in the building today. Of course, the Tar Heels would love to have him on the floor. That, of course, is an impossibility. But the question that Jake wants to ask is, why has Danny been so successful in the NBA?
Because he hasn't quit. I think in 2009, would we have suspected that Danny Green would be the member of that team who would win 3 NBA championships and have such a long, successful NBA career? Probably not. But he had to do it the hard way. He had to go to the G League. He had to go overseas. And he just kept going. And I think it doesn't hurt that the game evolved in a way that suited his skill set and has made him valuable to so many different teams. But even if he wasn't an NBA standout, as he clearly is, the way that he loves Carolina is something that would have endeared himself to everybody in this building for a long time to come, and I think you'll see it today when he's honored at halftime with the reception that he gets.
All righty, guys. Good stuff in our Carolina Q&A. Let's send things over to Jones, who's joined by Coach Davis in the Continental Tire Coach's Corner. Driving confidence no matter the surface, no matter the season. For a tire dealer near you, visit ContinentalTire.com.
Carolina plays its first home ACC game of the season. It's against Virginia, and I'm with the head coach of the Tar Heels, Hubert Davis. We are inside the Continental Tire Coach's Corner. Coach, before we get to today, let's go back to Wednesday. Carolina came up short against Notre Dame, 78-73 in South Bend. I know you and your staff have broken that one down. What stood out most to you after looking at that one again?
Well, you know, we didn't play the way that I hoped we would play. We played with the energy, effort, and the toughness that we've talked about over the last, 2 or 3 weeks in spurts. And when we did that, everything changed drastically for us on both ends of the floor. And to think of all the mistakes that we made, and with 3 minutes to go, we had a 1-point lead. Our execution down at the end on both ends of the floor, it just wasn't there. And, for us, this year, we've had success on the road in large part because we've been able to execute on both ends of the floor. And against Notre Dame, we just didn't do that. But we have to give credit to Notre Dame. They stepped up and made plays, and that was why we lost the game.
You've been around teams that can close out close games and then other teams that have struggled to do so, I'm sure, during your long tenure in the game. Are there common denominators in your mind in teams that are able to finish really well?
Well, it is. You've got to, one, you have to have great leadership, and we do. we have to have the experience of being in those positions and being successful, and we do. And so this year on the road, this is the first time in late game situations where we haven't finished it in terms of execution on both ends of the floor. With 3 minutes ago, I mentioned that we were up by 1 and we only got 1 defensive stop, and our quality of shots in that 3-minute span just wasn't there. And so when you look at road wins at College of Charleston and, on the road against Georgia Tech and Boston College, the execution on both ends was really well, and for whatever reason it didn't work out in that game. But we do have the confidence because we have experienced success in late game situations, particularly on the road.
Coach, personnel-wise, you get Justin McCoy back today. What can Justin's presence do for you? How can he help your efforts this afternoon?
Well, Justin is a versatile player that can do a number of things out there on the floor. Number one, he's a really good defensive player that can guard multiple positions. So, going into the Notre Dame game where, you had one veteran coming off the bench and Harris, and then you had 2 freshmen, that's not a lot of depth, especially in conference on the road. Now you bring in somebody that has ACC experience that can defend, and then on the offensive end, he can play multiple positions in terms of scoring around the basket in the post, but also shoot the ball from the outside. So now we have an experienced depth coming off the bench with Justin, and we're happy to have him back.
Carolina, Virginia. Today we'll talk about the Cavaliers a little later in the pregame show.
Get cracking and feel unbeatable with new omelet bites from Dunkin'. Bacon and cheddar or egg white and veggie, made with cage-free eggs and packed with protein, so you can get out there and do whatever it is you need to do. Whether it's sending an email, walking your dog, or doing both at the same time while dropping your kid off at school. Take on today with new omelet bites from Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
On the inside, a Honda is comfortable, technologically advanced, and loaded with next-gen features. But on the outside, a Honda is fuel-efficient, powerful, and stylish. Like the versatile HR-V, the 8-passenger Pilot, or a turbocharged Civic. No matter what kind of car you need, Honda has it. Because inside and outside, a Honda is the total package. Hurry, they're selling fast. Now at your Honda dealer of the Carolinas.
Hey Carolina fans, are you a diehard Tar Heel looking to show your support from home this year? Join the Rams Club and make an impact on the Carolina student athletes you cheer for on the field, on the court, or in competition. Rams Club memberships start at $25 and are for Tar Heels of all ages. You can join the fun by visiting ramsclub.com/join. Go Heels!
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
At Smith Drugs of Forest City, we are continuing to offer the COVID-19 rapid testing and the COVID-19 vaccinations. Please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591 with any questions or concerns that you may have. You may also visit our website at smithsdrugsfc.com and schedule your COVID rapid 19 test or your vaccination. Again, if you have any questions, please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591.
It's that time again, time to get the flu vaccines. And Smith's Drugs in Forest City has the flu vaccinations available. Walk-ins Monday through Friday and Saturdays by appointment. And Smith's Drug is asking all their Dream Station and System 1 CPAP customers to call if you need any help with registering your recalled devices. Just call the Home Medical Department for any help or with questions at 828-245-4591. And Smith's Drugs has the Moderna and Pfizer initial shots and the boosters. They also have the flu vaccines at Smith's Drugs of Forest City. There are so many insurance agencies here and there, but to find a dependable agency that you can trust, that would be Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency. They are your full-service agency offering auto, business, homeowners, health, and life. Maxwell B. Hamrick is an independent insurance agent. Call them today at 286-2384. They care about their customers, and it shows. They're located at 119 Huntley Street in Spindale. Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency, serving one satisfied customer customer at a time.
Food Line is the proud sponsor of the Score to Give More program. For each free throw the Tar Heels make in today's game, Food Line Feeds will donate 100 meals to a local area food bank. Food Line is the official grocer of the ACC. A total of 19,500 meals have been donated in the communities of participating colleges through Food Line Feeds. Score to Give More. Ron Curry was a two-sport star at Carolina a little more than 20 years ago. Gosh, it's hard to believe so much time has passed since he was completing passes on the football field and throwing alley-oops on the hardwood. A Virginia native, Curry was committed to the Cavs before persistence paid off for the Tar Heels.
I mean, much different, man. My recruiting process was kind of crazy. I think Carolina was one of the only teams that kind of stuck around once I committed to UVA. I made it open that, I was committed to UVA, but, my options were still open. Everybody assumed that I was going to UVA. Carolina was really a basketball decision. I had planned on coming there and just playing basketball. I almost went out of high school to play basketball and, was advised to, go to Carolina. Well, not go to Carolina, but to go to college and, play, a couple years of college and improve my stock. Because at the time when coming out of high school, I was right out of the lottery, as far as the mock draft. So, I decided to go to Carolina because at the time, it came down to them being top 5 in football and basketball. Mm-hmm. And the plan was to really just to go to Carolina and redshirt in football and playing basketball. And just so happened Oscar Davenport gets hurt the 4th play of the first game. And it was like, okay, you still want a redshirt or do you want this opportunity of playing quarterback? And obviously it was, hey, let's play. And it was just, it went from there and, came out, didn't have a great year my freshman year in basketball, then end up being hurt my sophomore year. So, just a trickle-down effect of things that's happened. And then, college didn't go quite the way, they had planned as far as, getting in and out and, having the success that you would like to have. But at the end of the day, it all worked out the way it was supposed to.
Harris Teeter is partnered with UNC, NC State, Wake Forest, and Duke to bring you the Big Four Grocery Assist Sweepstakes. Each week a contestant is chosen, and they win $5 in free groceries for every assist by a Big Four school that week. Plus, one grand prize winner will be selected for the Big Four VIP shoot-around prize package. Invite up to 20 friends and family for a private scrimmage at the Big Four school of your choice. Visit HarrisTeeter.com and look for the Grocery Assist Sweepstakes section to enter. Harris Teeter, where Tar Heel fans love to shop.
Every day in the U.S., more than 9 people are killed and 1,000 injured in crashes involving a distracted driver. You can't control other motorists, but you can control how you operate your vehicle. Avoid distractions while driving, like texting or checking social media. You can't drive safely unless driving has your full attention. Any non-driving activity you engage in increases your risk of crashing. Brought to you by Trusted Choice Independent Insurance Agents of North Carolina. Learn more at trustedchoice.com/GoHeels.
From star athletes to super fans, UNC Health is dedicated to caring for champions of all kinds. For you, the latest advancements and our greatest expertise are always in play to deliver personalized care with the utmost compassion. It's the kind of care that keeps champions like you and your family in the game when it matters the most. See our lineup at unchealthcare.org/sports.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
At BMW, we made the ultimate range of SAVs. And because each of the 7 X-Range sports activity vehicles flawlessly balance dynamic power, spacious size, and sleek design, you can choose from a fleet that fits perfectly into your life. Like the versatile and bold X1, the unbelievably powerful X3, or the luxurious X7. No matter who you are, no matter where you're going, no matter what's next, there's an X to take you there.
Test drive at one of your local North Carolina BMW centers and take advantage of exclusive offers.
It's never lost on Window World that your home is your largest physical investment. Window World's integrity will be noticed from your very first moment of contact. The clean, professional installation of premium windows, siding, doors, and more are designed to last while leaving your home looking amazing. Window World and their lifetime warranty will always be there when it really matters. They're America's most trusted remodeler and a proud partner of Carolina Athletics because the difference is integrity and always in the details.
Woo!
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Carolina basketball is brought to you by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. With zero sugar and now even more delicious. Is the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Find out for yourself. This is the Reed's Jewelers pregame show.
It's 15 minutes to tip off, presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Tony Bennett is in his 13th season as the head coach at Virginia. Since coming to Charlottesville in 2009, he's pumped new life into a program that was hungry to win. His teams have claimed 5 regular season ACC titles, 2 league tournament crowns, and he's been a 4-time ACC Coach of the Year. Of course, the Cavs reached the pinnacle of college basketball in 2019 when they won the national championship. Had a chance to speak with the Cavs head coach a little earlier. Coach, it's been tough to ignore Jayden Gardner this year. He's one of the best players, I think, in the league. And as I look at his numbers this year compared to last year, he's shooting the ball at a much higher percentage. And I'm curious to know why he's putting the ball in the basket at a much more effective clip.
I'm not sure. We're just trying to get him good looks, and he has been efficient, especially in the last bit. And, he's one of the guys, and, the way the college game has gone with transfers that, we lost some guys, and we had to find ourselves a guy that could, be a threat in the low post or mid post in those areas. And so it's been good. There's always an adjustment period, as all of us are finding out, with whether it's a red shirt or a transfer, new guys. And, it's good to see the last few games, Jayden, finding a little bit of his stride. And then obviously that's always tested every time out when you're going to go against the legit size of you guys. And, he's more of an undersized, I guess, forward type. So he has to figure out ways to use his height and his footwork against size.
Coach, you mentioned transfers and red shirts and all the other equations that go into putting together a roster. And I think both teams playing today have been victims at some point of the unpredictability of college basketball early on. Outside of all the roster management, can you put your finger on maybe a couple of things about why this year's been so crazy?
And COVID you didn't mention. So, you have a little bit, unless you referred to that, but a little bit of everything. I think, in the ACC, I think, first of all, it'll be different without Coach Williams, who I have the utmost respect for. And I'm so happy for Hubert because he represents the right stuff in this game and was an unbelievable player and has done a real good job up to this point. But I think, in the ACC, there's there is parity. Obviously Duke's got some great talent, as does Carolina and some teams, but it's teams, again, with the newness trying to adjust, find their identity. And, it's a fine line with a lot of teams. Maybe there's a handful of teams that are, can maybe not show up and play at their best and still be successful, but most teams have to be at a high level. It's kind of always been that way, but maybe this year more than ever, and it's just kind of creeping in as far as the parity goes year to year, and I think that equation of the things you mentioned adds to that.
Coach, last thing, I don't know who coined this phrase first, whether it was you or Mike Bray, but the Tar Heels are coming off a game against Notre Dame and now playing against Virginia, 2 programs that get old and stay old. How have you recruited and maintained relationships with your players and have allowed your guys to get the full Virginia experience over 3 or 4 years?
Well, that's been challenged. Probably hasn't been quite as much. I think that might be Coach Bray, so I got to give him credit. We'll see. I don't know. I might have a different one, but no, I think this year, with some guys actually having over the years gone to the NBA early, Trey Murphy, and then with transfers, this is the newest team I've probably had with the least amount of Virginia experience since I've been here. And so that's a challenge. But when we've been at our best, there has been continuity. And that is challenged more, again, with all the different rules and things that are going on. So I think, you got to try to get as good a chemistry as you can, trying to play. When you can have a team that has some experience together, I think you're at even more of an advantage in the college game today than perhaps the past years.
Hey, Carolina family, this is head football coach Mac Brown. As official sponsor of Carolina Athletics, Wells Fargo understands being a Tar Heel means there's no off-season. With a Wells Fargo Tar Heels debit card, you can show off your Carolina pride no matter where you are. It's your colors, your team, your card. Visit wellsfargo.com and search Card Design Studio to learn more.
Copyright 2021 Wells Fargo Bank N.A. All rights reserved.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, the new Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan. So make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
On Saturdays, your team needs you, your sofa needs you, and you need a Jersey Mike's sub. Get it all with free Saturday delivery when you order through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. This Saturday, while you watch the game at home, we're watching the grill at Jersey Mike's. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free delivery on Saturdays, unless you're going to miss hearing this. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
You know, there is a lot of misleading information about Medicaid eligibility. The Arledge Law Firm would like for you to know the truth. For instance, if you need a nursing home, Medicaid will take your home. That's not true. Another one is, if you transfer assets, you have to wait 60 months to qualify. Again, not true. And this big one, if you're already in a nursing home, it's too late to protect your assets. Not true, not true, not true. Call attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Kent Baldwin, or Martin Gerard at the Arledge Law Firm and get free consultation and learn the truth. It's more likely than you think that you may qualify for nursing home care and not lose everything you own. It's worth a call to Arledge Law Firm at 287-3338, located on East Court Street in Rutherfordton.
For all your pharmacy needs, choose the Medicine Box of Forest City. Pharmacist Sheila Sheehan provides excellent care and pharmacy assistance for Medicare prescription cards. The Medicine Box is your home medical equipment provider, offering wheelchairs, walkers, nebulizers, and diabetic supplies. They also will direct bill Medicare for all your home medical needs. Call 245-1696. The Medicine Box on Broadway in Forest City, your local hometown pharmacy. Curbside service is available.
Nobody gets a better deal than the customers at Sisk Family Ford. They have a proven record of the best deals. Sisk Family Ford, Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealer, has recently been recognized as the #1 Ford dealer in customer satisfaction in the Southeast. That speaks well of their commitment to serve their customers well. Look for all the new design 2021 F-150 at Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealership. That's Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
Scoreboard helping you is what they do best. In the ACC, one game in progress, approaching halftime, Clemson 28, NC State 22. And in the top 25, it's number 3 Purdue leading Penn State 33-30 with 1:06 to play before the half. Wichita State trails number 12 Houston 32-27. That game has 90 seconds to go before the break. Providence and St. John's tied at 34. Providence now down 37-34. The Red Storm just hitting a triple to go up 3 with 1:44 to play in half number 1. And again, approaching intermission, UConn leads number 24 Seton Hall 41-35. We'll come back with part 2 of the Continental Tire Coach's Corner and our keys to the game next from Learfield.
Pour it your way with a bold, smooth espresso drink from Dunkin'. For a limited time, DD Perks members can enjoy a medium creamy latte or a rich foam top cappuccino for $3. Made with freshly brewed espresso, they're the perfect way to conquer the day. So swing by Dunkin' and grab a $3 medium hot or iced latte or cappuccino, exclusively for DD Perks members. Not a member? Join on the Dunkin' app today. America runs on Dunkin'. Exclusions, additional charges, and terms may apply. Participation may vary.
UNC Tar Heels basketball is on Valley Sports South, your home for ACC hoops.
Score the basket.
Be sure to catch some of the biggest ACC matchups of the season live as the Tar Heels clash with the best of the best in the ACC and across the country. From Tobacco Road and beyond, UNC Hoops action on Bally Sports is nothing but net. On target. Watch or stream live on Bally Sports South and the Bally Sports app, your home for ACC basketball.
Hey, Carolina fans, are you a diehard Tar Heel looking to show your support from home this year? Join the Rams Club and make an impact on the Carolina student athletes you cheer for on the field, on the court, or in competition. Rams Club memberships start at $25 and are for Tar Heels of all ages. You can join the fun by visiting ramsclub.com/join. Go Heels!
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Carolina family, this is Athletic Director Bubba Cunningham. As official sponsor of Carolina Athletics, Wells Fargo understands being a Tar Heel means there's no off-season. With the Wells Fargo Tar Heels debit card, you can show off your Carolina pride no matter where you are. It's your colors, your team, your card. Visit wellsfargo.com and search Card Design Studio to learn more.
Copyright 2020 Wells Fargo Bank N.A. All rights reserved.
Whether it's 12 miles to the Pee Wee football comeback of a lifetime, 80 miles to your first hole-in-one, or more like 8 shots to the first hole. Whether it's 240 back road miles to sleeping under the stars, or just a few blocks to the grocery store, Marathon has the fuel to keep your engine running at peak performance. Because you never know where life is going to take you. For quality fuel through every mile, fill up at Marathon.
Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Carolina basketball is brought to you by Wells Fargo, official retail bank sponsor of Carolina Athletics. This is the Reed's Jewelers pregame show.
Carolina set to host Virginia in the Smith Center. I'm with the head coach of the Tar Heels, Hubert Davis. We are inside the Continental Tire Coach's Corner. Coach, you talked about this a lot yesterday during your press conference. Cavaliers hold their longest winning streak ever in this series. They've won 7 straight. What's been the biggest challenge for Carolina, other than the Virginia's had some really good teams, of course, but what else has been the biggest challenge for Carolina against the Cavaliers in this stretch?
Well, you know, during this stretch, as you mentioned before, they've been really good. They're a talented group, and Coach Bennett is one of the best coaches in the game, not just in college, NBA, international. He's a fantastic person and coach, and I'm a big fan of their coaching staff. And so they understand how they want to play, and they're very disciplined and talented enough to play that way and execute on both ends of the floor. You know, when you think about Virginia, the first thing that you think about is defensively, and they are. And they're great defensively because they have good individual defenders, but they're also tied together, which makes them have great team defense. But on the offensive end, they execute their offense. The guys that make shots, those are the guys that get the shots, and they make sure that they screen and put guys in positions for them to be successful, and they're very persistent and methodical in getting those type of shots. And so for us, we have to be sound on both ends of the floor to be able to defend them and be able to get the shots that we want. And if we do that, we put ourselves in a position to be very successful against them.
Coach, assuming he starts, Kihei Clark will be making his 88th career start. It'll be his 108th career game for the Cavaliers. What is the value in a player, and particularly a point guard, that has that much experience?
Yes, it's huge, you know, and to have somebody that experienced but also that good. I mean, he's just a great point guard. He's somebody that picks up full court defensively every possession. He's a great on-ball defender. Then on the offensive end, he is a great point guard because he understands when to shoot and when to pass. He takes care of the basketball, and every year he just continues to get better and better in terms of his shooting. I think his freshman year, earlier in the years, it was not his strength to shoot the ball from the outside. Now he's shooting over 42% from three-point range, and so his progression and his leadership and toughness is something that I think any coach in any program would want, and he's had an unbelievable career.
Carolina and Virginia. Big one in the Smith Center this afternoon. Coach, as always, thank you for your time. Best luck today.
Thanks, Jones. I appreciate it.
That's the Continental Tire Coaches Corner, which feeds into our Honda keys to the game. Jones, my key for this one comes down to tempo and who's able to dictate pace of play.
Got to make shots. I know that sounds simple, but you've got to make some shots, Eric, to beat the Cavaliers.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to defend for long periods of time and play your offense for long periods of time. And if Carolina can do that for 20 seconds on both ends, it'll be a great start towards a win.
Well, we'll see how this one unfolds. That'll do it for the Reach Jewelers pregame show. We've got the tip-off between Carolina and Virginia coming your way after this from Learfield.
From the mountains to the coast, 2.5 million North Carolinians are members of an electric cooperative. As a co-op member, you're part of exciting efforts to build a brighter future in the Tar Heel State through innovative energy programs that make the electric grid more efficient and sustainable. Plus, you're supporting local communities by empowering tomorrow's leaders. Learn more at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
From star athletes to super fans, UNC Health is dedicated to caring for champions of all kinds. For you, the latest advancements in our greatest expertise are always in play to deliver personalized care with the utmost compassion. It's the kind of care that keeps champions like you and your family in the game when it matters the most. See our lineup at unchealthcare.org/sports.
This is Jones Angel, voice of the Tar Heels. And as a parent, I know nothing is more important than the safety of our children. More than 22% of teen-involved crashes per year in North Carolina are the result of distracted driving. Help protect our teenage drivers by ensuring they practice safe driving habits and avoid distracted driving. Always encourage your teens to put down the phone while driving and lead by example. Let's have a hands-free NC. Brought to you by Trusted Choice Independent Insurance Agents of North Carolina. Learn more at trustedchoice.com/Go Heels.
This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
At Smith Drugs of Forest City, we are continue to offer the COVID-19 rapid testing and the COVID-19 vaccinations. Please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591 with any questions or concerns that you may have. You may also visit our website at smithsdrugsfc.com and schedule your COVID rapid 19 test or your vaccination. Again, if you have any questions, please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591.
It's that time again, time to get the flu vaccines. And Smith's Drugs in Forest City has the flu vaccinations available. Walk-ins Monday through Friday and Saturdays by appointment. And Smith's Drug is asking all their Dream Station and System 1 CPAP customers to call if you need any help with registering your recalled devices. Just call the Home Medical Department for any help or with questions at 828-245-4591. And Smith's Drugs has the Moderna and Pfizer initial shots and the boosters. They also have the flu vaccines at Smith's Drugs of Forest City. There are so many insurance agencies here and there, but to find a dependable agency that you can trust, that would be Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency. They are your full-service agency offering auto, business, homeowners, health, and life. Maxwell B. Hamrick is an independent insurance agent. Call them today at 286-2384. They care about their customers and it shows. They're located at 119 Huntley Street in Spindale. Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency, serving one satisfied customer at a time.
92nd meeting between Carolina and Virginia, just a couple of moments away. We're going to go through the starting lineups for you after we break 10 seconds. Station identification down the lines on the Tar Heels Sports Network.
You're listening to Tar Heel Basketball on 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherfordton.
Welcome courtside in the Smith Center. Jones and Eric here with you. We're joined by Ben Alexander, our chief network engineer, Jody Zoigner, our statistician. You've heard from Adam Lucas and Dave Nathan as well. John Essick back in our Tar Heel Sports Network studios. Ready for Carolina and Virginia. Let's get to our starting lineups. We'll start with the Cavaliers. They're 9-5, but 3-1 in ACC play, and back-to-back road wins at Syracuse and at Clemson in their last 2 matchups. So coming in playing well this afternoon. Kihei Clark feels like he has been in Virginia forever. He's the only member of the team who was on that 2019 national championship team. Point guard is averaging just under 10 points and just over 4 assists per contest. Joined by one of 2 key transfers for Virginia, Armaan Franklin, 6'4" junior from Indianapolis. He is an Indiana transfer, averaging 12 points per game. The third guard is Reese Beekman, 6'3" sophomore from Baton Rouge. Really good defensive player. He is leading the Cavaliers and leading the ACC in steals, better than 2 per game. He's also Virginia's leading assist man, and he's the top assist to turnover man in the conference and top 10 in the nation. So very smart, sound player in Beekman. 2 big guys, Jayden Gardner, the leading scorer. He's a senior from North Carolina, from Wake Forest. Went to Heritage High School, played his college career at East Carolina before transferring here to Virginia. 15.5 points, 7.5 rebounds. He's the leading scorer and rebounder for the Cavaliers. And then Kaden Shedrick, 6'11", redshirt sophomore, also from North Carolina. He's from Holly Springs. 7 points, 5.5 rebounds. Really good shot blocker at nearly 3 per game. Tony Bennett, of course, the head coach, done such a good job at Virginia. He's in his 13th year guiding the Cavaliers. Now for the Tar Heels, 10-4, 2-1 in ACC play, their first home conference game. Hubert Davis, the first-year head coach of the Heels, and they'll go with the same 5 that they went with against Notre Dame. Since Dawson Garcia unavailable today, it will be R.J. Davis and Caleb Love in the backcourt. 6'8" senior Leaky Black at the small forward spot. He's from Concord. Brady Manick getting his 2nd consecutive and 3rd start of the year, the 6'9" transfer from Oklahoma. And Armando Bacot, 6'10" junior from Richmond. Armando now Carolina's leading scorer, rebounder, and shot blocker. His number is impressive. Armando leads the ACC in double-doubles. He's 2nd in the nation with 10. He's the leading rebounder in the conference, 11th in the nation. He's the leading field goal percentage shooter in the conference and 8th in the nation. So certainly having a terrific junior year to this point. Bert Smith, Roger Ayers, A.J. Desai, veteran ACC crew will be guiding the action in this one. Tar Heels, as the home team, will be wearing those familiar white uniforms with the Carolina blue numbers, letters, and trim. The Argyle down the side of the jerseys and shorts. Virginia, meanwhile, in road navy blue. The numbers, letters, and trim all white, and then there's some orange outlining the white numbers on the uniforms. So, glad to be here with you. Glad to be back in Chapel Hill. This is the only meeting of the regular season scheduled between these 2. It'll be Bacot and Shedrick due to tip it up. Great crowd here in the Smith Center, still filing in as well for a 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon ACC matchup. It'll be Bert Smith to throw it up between Shedrick and Bacot. Ball in the air. Both guys make contact with the basketball at the same time. It falls to Caleb Love. He'll hand to R.J. Davis. Heels going right to left as we see it, and they have the basketball first. Leaky Black deep on the left wing for Carolina. Drives baseline, gets deep, hands off to Bacot, who dunks it, but hold on. There's a foul call on Armaan Franklin before Black made the pass to Bacot for the flush. So Franklin picks up the foul, and Carolina will inbound it baseline left.
Going to be so important to not have empty possessions against this Cavalier defense, and Carolina starting off picking up that foul as a helper.
Tar Heels inbound, working around the perimeter from left to right. Davis gets it down low to Bacot. His shot is blocked by Shedrick. Came over on the weak side and blocked it away. So he averages better than, or almost, 3 blocks per game. He slaps that one free. Virginia the other way. Clark had an open look at 3, didn't take it. Sent it to Franklin in the left corner. Leaky Black there on the catch. He'll walk with Franklin as he goes back to the center of the court. Shot clock down to 10 as Kihei Clark has it again on the right wing. Down low it goes to Shedrick against Bacot, trying to pivot by him. He forces him into a tough shot, which is no good. Rebound tipped out to Caleb Love in front of a standing Hubert Davis. Good defense there by the Heels. Bacot has it in the forecourt. His pass into the right corner, a little high for Davis. He's able to leap up and grab it. Tar Heels keep possession. Leaky Black up high, trying to get it down low to Bacot, but he's being fronted down there, so he sends it right sideline to R.J. Davis. Davis drives all the way through the baseline, whips it out to Love. Feet set, three-pointer, on line, but no good. Bacot offensive rebound, sticks it back up and in.
Yeah, good long offensive possession for Carolina. Good ball movement resulted in a nice offensive rebound position as Shedrick's going to leave Baycott a lot to try and go affect shots, and he saw Davis coming inside, was unable to target.
Gardner will pull up for the long 2 and strip the net from about 17 feet left of the lane. Caught it and shot it all in one motion. Manick was trying to recover to him, but a little late. So Virginia knots it up at 2. Carolina with the basketball. R.J. Davis between the circles. Over to Caleb Love on the right. Wants to go down low. Does so to Manick. Double team comes. Manick dribbles out of it into the corner, but then throws it away. Just got caught with nowhere to go and threw it away. Meanwhile, Kihei Clark the other direction. Got too deep on the fast break. Leaky Black bothered the shot, and Carolina gets the rebound after the miss. Clark, a rare mistake there. Just got too deep in what he was doing. Speaking of getting deep, Armando Baycott drives left of the lane, but his shot is swatted by Shedrick. Second block that Shedrick already has. It turns into a transition 3 missed by Kihei Clark. Carolina will rebound and slow it down. Well, Eric, you talked about Shedrick in the pregame, and already twice he has blocked a Baycott shot down low. Here come the Heels.
He's been really good on his timing thus far. One off the ball, and that time tracking the ball on the drive by Baycott. It should have been a really good opportunity for him to take a deep shot by Manick on a ball reversal just off the front. But Baycott is there for the offensive rebound, one-handed with Shedrick hanging on him. And it will go, and he will be at the line for 3.
What a play by Baycott. Manick had an open look from the left wing, just missed it. But Baycott, as Eric told you, never caught the offensive rebound. He just poked it back up and in. The foul's going to be called on Reese Beekman, who was down there as well as Shedrick. Foul on Beekman, his first, second on Virginia. And Baycott will try and convert the three-point play. Baycott already with 4 points and 3 rebounds. Stays that way because the free throw's off the back left iron. So it remains 4-2. But a good, strong start for Baycott, who, let's be honest, has had a terrific year. All ACC caliber player, and in that conversation early for ACC Player of the Year. Right now, he just wants a win today. Heels up 4-2. Beekman back out to Kihei Clark between the circles. Finds a cutting Franklin. Leaky Black right there on the catch. Now to Beekman. Caleb Love defends him nicely. Beekman tried to kick it out to Gardner. Taken away. Heels get the steal. 3-on-1. Love to Manick for the two-handed flush as he came in on the right side.
Well, that's the key, is picking up anytime you can pick up a turnover against this stingy Cavalier team. They're only averaging 10 a game, and that one was costly for them as Carolina put it into the hands of Love. He did what he does well, which is push it, and then he can distribute to Manick on the end for the flush. It was really good play.
6-2 Carolina. Shot clock down to 10 as Kihei Clark sends it over to Reese Beekman on the right wing. Now to Gardner. Carolina's going to come double him. Sends it out to Beekman. Now to Kihei Clark. Gracious. His feet set. Three-pointer. He's going to make that every time as the Tar Heels doubled, got out of rotation, and Virginia made him pay. 6-5. Clark, much better shooter than he has been for most of his career. His field goal percentage and three-point percentage are career highs. Foul off the ball is going to be called on Manick for battling down low. So that's going to be a turnover for the Tar Heels and a foul on Brady Manick. So Virginia will have the basketball. Carolina still with that 6-5 lead, but the Cavaliers will have it after this break. 15:53 to play. First half in the Smith Center. Carolina and Virginia just getting going in a Saturday afternoon ACC matchup. This Tar Heel basketball from Learfield.
Hey Carolina family, this is head football coach Mac Brown. As official sponsor of Carolina Athletics, Wells Fargo understands being a Tar Heel means there's no off season. With a Wells Fargo Tar Heels debit card, you can show off your Carolina pride no matter where you are. It's your colors, your team, your card. Visit wellsfargo.com and search Card Design Studio to learn more.
Copyright 2021 Wells Fargo Bank N.A. All rights reserved.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
Harris Teeter is partnered with UNC, NC State, Wake Forest, and Duke to bring you the Big Four Grocery Assist Sweepstakes. Each week a contestant is chosen, and they win $5 in free groceries for every assist by a Big Four school that week. Plus, one grand prize winner will be selected for the Big Four VIP shoot-around prize package. Invite up to 20 friends and family for a private scrimmage at the Big Four school of your choice. Visit harristeeter.com and look for the Grocery Assist Sweepstakes section to enter. Harris Teeter, where Tar Heel fans love to shop.
At BMW, we made the ultimate range of SAVs. And because each of the 7 X-Range sports activity vehicles flawlessly balance dynamic power, spacious size, and sleek design, you can choose from a fleet that fits perfectly into your life. Like the versatile and bold X1, the unbelievably powerful X3, or the luxurious X7. No matter who you are, no matter where you're going, no matter what's next, there's an X to take you there.
Test drive at one of your local North Carolina BMW centers and take advantage of exclusive offers.
15:53 to play. First half in the Smith Center. Tar Heels with the early 6-5 advantage over Virginia. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina is the official health insurance partner of Carolina Athletics. It believes an inclusive community is a healthy community. They resolve to be a champion for women everywhere by supporting women's athletics to help empower our future leaders. So, 6-5 Carolina. Quick check of the stats presented by the Campaign for Carolina here early on. Tar Heels 3 of 7, Virginia 2 of 5. The Cavaliers do have that 3 by Kihei Clark. 5-3 rebounding advantage for the Tar Heels. 2 turnovers for the Heels, both by Manning, and 1 for Virginia. So, Eric, still everybody feeling each other out. 6-5, Tar Heels with the lead.
Yeah, just a couple interesting things. One, the double team on Manick. I don't know if that caught you off guard, but a lot of times you don't think of Manick, who's fairly mobile, can dribble out, but obviously Virginia saw a weakness in Manick and his ability to perceive a double team. It panned out for them on that when he tossed it inside on an errant pass, trying to get away from that double team that came. But Carolina also showing a double team when they're trying to double down onto Jayden Gardner. We saw that trying to mitigate his ability to play against Brady Manick when Brady's on defense.
One sub is for Virginia. Cody Statman has replaced Armand Franklin. And Statman has it outside the arc on the left side for the Cavaliers. He's a 6'8 senior from Australia. To Kihei Clark. He'll float it back over to Statman on the left side. Back to Clark, middle of the court. To Beekman, right wing. He'll drive baseline, cut off there, back up the sideline with the pass to Clark. In the post, it goes to Gardner. His turnaround fall away is good as he gives Virginia the 7-6 lead.
Just a good move by Gardner. That fadeaway, if you're Manick, you're going to give it to him. You're just going to do exactly what he did, which was put your hand up, try and stay close, but make him make tough shots.
Manick going to try and make a tough shot, and he does from the right corner for 3.
That's the thing that we have lacked so many times, Jones. The inside and then the move of the shooter. Whoever passes, in that case, Manick moves from the wing to the corner, the quick release back out to your shooter, and then a nice quick jump shot. Those things force that defensive movement, makes your offense look really good.
So the Tar Heels have a 2-point lead, and it stays that way as Shedrick can't finish the alley-oop layup attempt after the drive by Clark. Loose ball rebound, scooped up in the corner, tiptoeing there, R.J. Davis. So 9-7 Carolina, and the Tar Heels with the basketball. Davis tick-tocking the dribble between his 2 hands in the center jump circle. Drives hard to the left wing, hands off to Love, back to the center, it's Black. Over to Manick, another look at 3, that one spins out. Gardner was flying at him. Manick had a good look. He thought he was giving it the body lean to try to angle it home, and it wouldn't stay down. Justin McCoy comes to the scorer's table. First time he's been available for the Heels after missing the last 2 due to COVID protocols. Beekman drives on the right, got by Love, and was able to lay it in.
And Shedrick did a nice job of walling off Baycott, who was going to try to contest that shot, typically would have, but Shedrick kept him from doing so. Smart play.
R.J. Davis in the corner right, front side, as the game's knotted up at 9. Leaky Black has it now to Love, right corner to Manick. Tough pass down low to Baycott, goes up against the challenge of Shedrick and hooks it home.
Armando Baycott today, although he's had a couple of shots blocked, I love that he's continuing to go strong against Shedrick. That is the only recipe for success against a shot blocker, is to continue to go strong, and Baycott has done that.
Heels 11, Cavaliers 9, Baycott with 6, Manick with 5. They're the only 2 Heels that scored. 10 on the shot clock. Carolina switches out high, so Manick guarding Kihei Clark, who will drive at him, pull up for 3, no good. Rebound slapped out, though, by Virginia to Beekman, and so they will reset it. Still Manick guarding Clark. Clark sends it over on the left side to Statman. Back middle of the floor to Clark, who clears everybody away. Now he bounce passes to Beekman. His runner is blocked. Loose ball, though, slapped out. Virginia still has it with 3 on the shot clock. A wild runner is no good by Clark. putback won't go by Gardner. Finally, Baycott earns the possession for Carolina. Long pitch ahead. Davis to Manick. Caught it and finished. What control by the Oklahoma transfer.
Yeah, it was a great pitch ahead. It was the only place that ball could have gone, and then Manick did a great job to quickly capture it, control it, and put it up off the glass. This Carolina team is playing really well right now.
13-9, Heels by 4. Virginia with the ball. Statman on the right wing. Cut off on the drive by Black, so he eases back out, sends it to Beekman. Love got caught behind a screen, and Beekman strips the net on the 3. Beekman had made 6 threes all year in 25 attempts, but he makes it 13-12, knocking that one in. Love on the front side, handoff right sideline to Davis. He'll get a clean look at the triple. No good. Baycott with the rebound. Goes back up, pump fake to get Virginia to fly by, and lays it home. 8 points for Baycott.
Jones, this is a knock on wood, but Carolina's defense is as good and as solid and as helpful to each other as I have seen all season.
And they force a turnover, Eric, as Leaky Black tipped it away from Stratman. Stratman falling down, recovered, and tried to scoop it back out to a teammate and sailed it into the seats. And to your point, it's team defense. Individually, Leaky Black has been great thus far. He has guarded both Franklin and Statman, and he has done a really nice job for the Heels on that side of things to this point. Carolina will have the basketball and the lead. 15-12 the score. 11:39 to go. First half. Carolina will have it after this break in the Smith Center. Tar Heels by 3. It's Carolina basketball from Learfield.
Hunt Brothers Pizza, the official pizza of Carolina Athletics, joins Tar Heels fans across the nation cheering Go Heels. Whether you're at home watching the game or out on the road, download our Hunt Brothers Pizza app to find a location near you. The Hunt family has been proudly serving our delicious original crust pizza to North Carolina families for over 20 years. With all toppings, no extra charge, and 10 to choose from, there's sure to be a topping combination for everyone to enjoy a Hunt Brothers Pizza.
From star athletes to super fans, UNC Health is dedicated to caring for champions of all kinds. For you, the latest advancements in our greatest expertise are always in play to deliver personalized care with the utmost compassion. It's the kind of care that keeps champions like you and your family in the game when it matters the most. See our lineup at unchealthcare.org/sports.
Texting while driving takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. That's like driving the length of a basketball court 3 times with your eyes closed. Research shows you are 3 times more likely to get into an accident when distracted by a cell phone. Trusted Choice independent insurance agents urge you and your families to put down your phone. Every day in the U.S., more than 9 people are killed and 1,000 injured in crashes involving a distracted driver. Let's have a hands-free NC. Brought to you by Trusted Choice independent insurance agents of North Carolina. Learn more at trustedchoice.com/GoHeels.
Carolina 15, Virginia 12. Tar Heels will have the basketball. Anticipate a couple of subs. Both Anthony Harris and Justin McCoy were at the scorers table for Carolina. We'll let you know who's coming out in just a second. Okay, a couple things to note here on these stats presented by the campaign for Carolina. 1, Heels shooting 7 of 13 from the field, and that includes 1 of 5 from 3. So 6 of 8 from 2-point range. In fact, the only misses from 2 have been shots that were blocked by Shedrick. Carolina has 12 points in the paint of the 15 that they have scored. And Carolina has 6 second chance points to 0 for Virginia. So, Tar Heels doing a lot of nice things. Baycott with 8. Manick has 7. They have all 15 of Carolina's points to this point. And again, that North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard reads 15-12 Carolina. So, Eric, coming out of the huddle, it's going to be Davis, Love, Harris, McCoy, and Armando Baycott is the 5 on the floor for Carolina.
Well, certainly Justin McCoy doesn't need any incentive. Of course, playing against your own team, it doesn't mean there's ill will. It just means you're excited to play against those guys, and so he will be energized. But that's the challenge right now when a team is playing as well as Carolina has played offensively and defensively. When you insert 40% of your lineup and these 2 guys, they've got to be ready to rock. And that's where Anthony Harris is typically an energy guy. McCoy, we haven't seen out with the COVID protocols in a while. So these guys are really going to have to match that intensity from the get-go.
Caleb Love out in the middle of the floor, whips it over to McCoy. Bounce pass in the post to Baycott. Back to McCoy, left corner. Back to Baycott, back to McCoy. Drives into the paint, bumped hard by a Virginia reserve, and a foul called on Tane Murray, who just checked in during that sequence, a freshman from New Zealand. First foul on him and third foul on Virginia. So Carolina will inbound baseline left, 20 on the shot clock, 11:22 on the game clock. Carolina still up 15-12. Inbounds to Baycott, double team there. Carolina gets out of it, ends up in the corner to Harris, who strips the net for two. He did have a foot on the line. So 17-12. Harris, who hit a corner three on Wednesday against Notre Dame, couldn't make it 2 games in a row, but he does knock in the long two. Beekman guarded by Love between the circles for Virginia. Looking for Clark off the ball, finds him at the left elbow. Clark cut off at the ACC logo, sends it out to Murray. Hands back off to Beekman. Carolina will switch. McCoy tries to stay with him. Goes in the corner with the pass. The shot missed by Murray. Baycott rips down the board. Here come the Tar Heels, 5-point lead in the ball. R.J. Davis to a trailing Baycott, right back to Davis, right wing. He directs a little traffic as he's guarded up high by Kihei Clark. Sends it over to Baycott. Thought about the right sideline three. Instead sends it up high to McCoy. 13 on the shot clock as McCoy backs into the paint, goes up with the left hand, and he draws the foul.
Boy, he's going to pick up another foul, I believe, and it is on Murray again. That's number 2. And about 3 times that McCoy has picked up the basketball. But what McCoy has done in order to force Virginia into this, and Virginia's fouling more than they typically like to because they're so good at moving their feet defensively, he's engaging and he's driving under control. McCoy's first free throw up and off the back iron comes right back to him. A couple of reserves, Jones, coming in for, or not reserves, a couple of players for Virginia coming back into the game.
Yeah, 2 starters, Franklin and Gardner, those 2 impactful transfers return. And Statman and Murray exit. So Carolina 0 of 2 at the free throw line thus far. Baycott missed 1. And McCoy now misses 2. So he had been 5 of 6 on the year. Carolina 0 of 3 at the line. Tar Heels came in second best free throw shooting team in the conference at better than 75%. They've really shot well as a team at the line. Slow start here in that regard. 17-12 though, Heels up 5. Backing in, Cafaro, a reserve, is in for Virginia. Cut off on the low post by Baycott, has to send it out to Beekman. Beekman to Franklin, a late shot clock 3, hit nothing but the backboard. R.J. Davis able to pick up the loose ball rebound. Goes coast to coast, but got too deep and had his shot blocked. Davis tangled up with photographers as Virginia goes the other way. Kihei Clark finishes through contact as he banged into Love and was able to lay it in. 17-14. Tar Heels moving quickly. Anthony Harris deep into the paint, sends it out to Love. Love, Euro step in and floats it home. Fancy move by the Tar Heel guard.
Yeah, he froze Kihei Clark at about 29 feet with just a little bit of a shoulder fake, almost an anticipated shot, and then took his size, which he has a lot of compared to Clark, drove it in and did a nice job of being controlled. The defense had to stick tight to the shooters that have all made shots.
Anthony Harris nearly gets a steal against Franklin on the right sideline, but Franklin able to rip it away, get it to Gardner. Gardner, elbows high, ripped through against McCoy, but it's going to be a foul on McCoy.
Yep.
That is his first and second foul on Carolina.
You know, that's a good matchup for McCoy and Gardner. We didn't know how much McCoy would play, and it probably will be dependent on whether he can stand without fouling, right? But that's a good matchup, and you're going to be able to, you can give that foul. You want to be able to give that physical play as a turnaround by Gardner is off a soft shot.
That was a tough shot. Rebound pulled down by Baycott. 19-14, Heels by 5. Love thought about the step back at the left elbow. I think wisely didn't take it. Instead sent it out to Davis to reset the possession. Still 15 on the shot clock as now the pass intercepted by Beekman. Love will challenge cleanly, but unable to get the stop. Then Beekman threw the ball at Love, and it hit him in the face. Love is frustrated. I think Beekman was just trying to toss the ball to Love, who was tangled up with a cameraman, and the ball hit Love in the face, and he is not happy about it. He and Beekman are chatting as Love heads down the court.
Yeah, well, there's no 2 ways to take that. If a guy does a layup, you contest, and then he throws the ball and hits you in the chest, There's only one way to interpret that. Now the question will be, can Love compose himself enough to run the offense the way he has so far?
Tony Bennett and Hubert Davis chatting with each other about the play as well in front of us. Carolina back up 3, 19-16. 9 on the shot clock as Love has it. Love thought about elevating for the 3, dropped it off to Baycott. He'll take the long jump shot, no good. That's not the possession Carolina wanted. And Virginia secures the rebound and has the basketball. Clark on the front side to Beekman. Drops it off to Gardner, and another foul on McCoy as he got his hands too low and picked up his second foul. So that's the third foul on Carolina. And the Tar Heels a little frustrated with that last sequence. Going to head to the bench up 3, but Virginia will have the ball. 7:49 to go in the first half. Tar Heels up 19-16 in the Smith Center. It's Carolina basketball from Learfield.
The perfect tailgate. All you need are your friends and the 2021 Ford F-150 with the available Pro Power onboard. It's like a mobile generator to power your tailgate all game long. It's this tradition of toughness and innovation that's made Ford F-Series America's best-selling truck 44 years straight and counting. Make your game day traditions bigger and better season after season. Check out the 2021 Ford F-150 at your Carolina Ford dealer. Based on 1977 through 2020 calendar year total sales.
This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
You know, there is a lot of misleading information about Medicaid eligibility. The Arledge Law Firm would like for you to know the truth. For instance, if you need a nursing home, Medicaid will take your home. That's not true. Another one is, if you transfer assets, you have to wait 60 months to qualify. Again, not true. And this big one, if you're already in a nursing home, it's too late to protect your assets. Not true, not true, not true. Call attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Kent Baldwin, or Martin Gerard at the Arledge Law Firm and get free consultation and learn the truth. It's more likely than you think that you may qualify for nursing home care and not lose everything you own. It's worth a call to Arledge Law Firm at 287-3338, located on East Court Street in Rutherfordton.
For all your pharmacy needs, choose the Medicine Box of Forest City. Pharmacist Sheila Sheehan provides excellent care and pharmacy assistance for Medicare prescription cards. The Medicine Box is your home medical equipment provider, offering wheelchairs, walkers, nebulizers, and diabetic supplies. They also will direct bill Medicare for all your home medical needs. Call 245-1696. The Medicine Box on Broadway in Forest City, your local hometown pharmacy. Curbside service is available.
Before halftime. Food Lion, proud sponsor of the Score to Give More campaign. For every free throw the Tar Heels make this season, Food Lion Feeds will donate 100 meals to a local area food bank to help our neighbors in need. Score to Give More, presented by Food Lion, the official grocer of the ACC. Told you, Carolina's been really good at the line this year, better than 75% of the team as a team. They've made 195 free throws this year compared to 173 attempted by the opponents, but Heels empty tonight thus far, 0 of 3 at the free throw line. Baycott missed an opportunity for a three-point play, and then McCoy, who had been 5 of 6 on the season, missed both attempts on a two-shot foul. Carolina up 19-16 on that North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard, and Eric, it's going to be Virginia's basketball when action resumes.
Yeah, seeing McCoy, who's now going to come out, I believe both he and Anthony Harris will be replaced back in the lineup, so Carolina should have their starters. We'll confirm that in just a moment when they come out of their huddles. But the interesting thing was Gardner was being double-teamed on occasion by R.J. Davis when Manick was on him. McCoy came in. I think Carolina was hoping that they wouldn't have to do that, but it resulted in 2 quick fouls on McCoy. So now you've got Carolina starters indeed back in. Manick and Black will come back in the game, replacing Harris and McCoy. And so now we'll see if there's a little bit of a change-up, Jones. But 4 turnovers in the last 8 minutes for Virginia. Prior to that, those are the only 4 they've had, so Carolina's defense is working.
Inbounds is kicked away, and there's another turnover as Statman back in. Couldn't handle the inbounds and lost it into the Tar Heel bench. So Carolina will have the basketball. 7:48 to play. 19-16, Heels by 3. No Dawson Garcia, no Kerwin Walton, both still out. So the Heels did get McCoy back, but still playing a little shorthanded for this one. Manick whips a pass down low to Baycott. He could not hang on lost it over the baseline. Manick with a fastball from top of the key outside the arc to a cutting Baycott. Hit his hands, but he just couldn't collect it.
Yeah, good hand. Baycott's got good hands, and so you would think that, I mean, it felt like a good pass, the right pass. Yes, it was a fastball, but catchable. I think Baycott just missed it.
Gardner one-on-one with Manick right of the lane, gets right by him and lays it in.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem matchup for Carolina, because now you got to decide when Gardner's on the same side as Beekman, which he was, you've got a shooter. You can't double from him, so you got to figure out a way to play him one-on-one.
Baycott nearly turned it over. Eventually, as it all ends up, it's going to be Carolina's basketball. Baycott tried to pass it down low to Manick. He lost it over the baseline. Leaky Black saved it, and it went off of Kihei Clark out of bounds. So a fortunate bounce there for the Heels after what looked like was going to be a turnover. Shot clock did not reset. It's down to 10 as R.J. Davis has it on the right side to a cutting Baycott. Nice recovery by Virginia. He sends it over to Caleb Love. Pump fake for three. Drives in. Floater on the baseline. No. Caleb gets his own rebound. Goes back up. Misses it too strong. Had a couple of good looks. Turns into a 3-on-1 run out for the Cavaliers. R.J. Davis blocks the shot of Kihei Clark, and it goes out of bounds.
I'm going to tell you what, being a 3-on-1 and stopping that break, that's really good defense. I mean, you got to be in the exact right place to affect the judgment of a 3-on-1, and he did. RJ did a great job of contesting, got a piece of that basketball, knocked it out of bounds, and it's out of bounds, Virginia.
Tar Heels haven't scored in almost 3 minutes. They've seen their 5-point lead whittled down to 1, and Virginia has the basketball. 19-18 the tally, 6:40 to go first half. Beekman earning some boos from the Carolina crowd after that rush up with Love. Gets it to Statman. His shot swatted away by Leaky Black. Leaky to Davis. Transition three off the mark. You could tell it right when he shot it. Rebound to Gardner and Virginia. Davis had a clean look left wing, but missed it off the back iron. And then a foul off the ball going to be called on Cafaro as he and Baycott were in a wrestling match down low. And Cafaro, the redshirt junior from Argentina, picks up the foul. His first and fifth on the Cavaliers.
Well, to go against Cafaro this time, next time Baycott will have to be careful. They'll be eyeing for him, but typically we'll go to the defense the first time, and then if it happens again, it'll go to the offense.
Shedrick back in. Also Carson McCorkle, a sophomore from Raleigh, has checked in for Virginia. Still 19-18. Heels have not scored in more than 3 minutes. Looking to break that, but they turn it over. Manick down low to Black. He couldn't hang on to the pass, and it belongs to Virginia. Beekman to the free throw line, sends it out on the left wing to Gardner. Pump fake, drives, steps back, short on the jumper, rebound kicked out to Caleb Love. Tries to start the break, didn't really have the numbers, so we'll slow it down. Over to Leaky Black left wing, gets it down low to Baycott. Baycott, hard move in the paint, kind of a wild right-handed hook, but it found its way home.
Boy, if you said the chances of success are X%, it would have been sub 50 for me, but Baycott turned around and went right over the top of Gardner, and I think that's why, because Shedrick was up above him, and Gardner he could see over the top. Nice finish.
21-18, Baycott with 10. Franklin, little pocket pass, it goes to Shedrick, got too deep, and a foul called on Baycott. Tar Heels wanted a travel as Shedrick had gotten really low underneath the basket, but it's going to be a foul on Baycott, his first.
You know, Baycott has used such good judgment throughout this game, but he got up, then ended up with both hands in the back of Shedrick, and there was not, I mean,
yeah, it was a foul.
You can't swallow your whistle if you're a referee on that one.
Yeah, I think Carolina thought there was a travel before, but it was definitely a foul on Baycott if that travel that the Tar Heels thought were there wasn't going to be called. Franklin to Gardner. He'll hand off to Carson McCorkle on the right wing, drives to the right elbow and hits the shot. McCorkle, who's only made 6 field goals all year, makes it 21-20. Carolina by 1 with the ball. Heels have led by as many as 5. This has been a very back-and-forth ball game. R.J. Davis deep on the right wing to Manick. Double team comes. Manick out of that double team, passes to Love. Jab step, drive, and a foul call as Love is going to earn the penalty, I believe, on McCorkle. It will be his first. 6th foul on Virginia, so no free throws yet. 4:44 to go first half. Virginia's been whistled for 6. Carolina has 4 fouls thus far. Still 21-20. Baseline left inbound for Leaky Black. Quickly into Love. Manick Baycott, top of the key. Dribbles to the left, now picks up that dribble, needs some help to Manic. Out to Love with 11 on the shot clock. Love just looked like he was going to go, so he did, and dropped in the long three.
He's been waiting for that moment to find enough airspace between he and the defender, and that time Franklin gave it to him, but he was still deep. It was one of those, if you've watched Caleb Love enough this year, you know that when he starts eyeing it, and now he just pulled up a steal on the far side, and heels are off for a break.
He'll pull up for the mid-range. Yes, sir. Timeout, Virginia. Caleb Love with the deep triple, the steal, the good decision, and the bucket. 26-20. Carolina with its largest lead here in the first half. Timeout by Virginia will stretch to a full 4:10 to play. First half in Chapel Hill. Carolina with the 6-point advantage. It's Tar Heel basketball from Learfield.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, the new Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan. So make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
At Smith Drugs of Forest City, we are continue to offer the COVID-19 rapid testing and the COVID-19 vaccinations. Please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591 with any questions or concerns that you may have. You may also visit our website at smithsdrugsfc.com and schedule your COVID rapid 19 test or your vaccination. Again, if you have any questions, please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591.
It's that time again, time to get the flu vaccines. And Smith Drugs in Forest City has the flu vaccinations available. Walk-ins Monday through Friday and Saturdays by appointment. And Smith Drug is asking all their Dream Station and System 1 CPAP customers to call if you need any help with registering your recalled devices. Just call the Home Medical Department for any help or with questions at 828-245-4591. And Smith Drugs has the Moderna and Pfizer initial shots and the boosters. They also have the flu vaccines at Smith Drugs of Forest City.
Saturday afternoon in the Smith Center. ACC basketball. Carolina and Virginia. The North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard reads 26 for the Tar Heels, 20 for the Cavaliers. It's brought to you by Farm Bureau. Helping you is what they do best. Let's take a peek at the stats presented by the Campaign for Carolina, creating opportunities for more Tar Heels. Heels shooting 12 of 23. That's 52%. Not great from behind the arc, just 2 of 7 and 0 of 3 at the free throw line, and even with those numbers, still 52% in total. Virginia, 9 of 21, that's 43%, 2 of 6 from 3. Cavaliers have not been to the free throw line as of yet. Leading scorer is Baycott. He has 10 to go with 7 rebounds. Manic with 7, Love has 7. Only other Tar Heel scored is Anthony Harris. He has 2. For Virginia, Reese Beekman pacing the Cavaliers right now with 7. Jayden Gardner has 6, 5 for Clark, and 2 for the reserve, Carson McCorkle. So, Eric, 26-20 Tar Heels, 4:10 to go, first half.
First 4 minutes, Virginia had no points in the paint. The next 10 minutes, they've now had 12 points in the paint. So if you look at what Virginia started out doing, they pulled the trigger on some deep shots. They made a couple of them. Then they went into a bit of a lull, Jones, but now they're trying to methodically get inside, break down that defense of Carolina. Carolina's defense that looked so good early has given up some of those shots to Gardner and company as they've gotten that ball in the post, around the lane, in the fast break scenario. So Carolina needs to shore that up a little bit here, the final 4.
Bounce pass to Beekman. He quickly gets it right back to Clark. Down on the right baseline, it goes to Gardner. Back to Clark, matched up with Baycott this time. Gardner trying to back in. Pivots to the ACC logo. Picks up his dribble. Has to send it back out to Clark. Good D by Baycott. 8 on the shot clock. Beekman gets it on the right. Drives. Can't finish. Rebound tipped around. Leaky Black ends up with it. Multiple players for both teams in the scrum. Carolina the other way with a 6-point lead. Left corner, it is Manic. He'll send it out to Davis, who will walk the ball to the center court area to get the offensive going, or the offensive possession going for the Heels, as Davis banged around by the Cavaliers. Ball goes into the backcourt, but it was touched by Virginia. Davis goes to get it. Crosses over, drives, bounce pass, floater on the right baseline by Mannix, no good. Shedrick with the rebound for Virginia. 3:10 to go first half. Mannix has 7 on 3 of 6 shooting for Carolina. Driving in, Franklin able to sneak by Leaky Black and finish over a couple of challenges by Black and also Baycott. So good drive there by the Indiana transfer. Makes it 26-22. Heels by 4 with the ball. Love dribbling out in the center jump circle. Short bounce pass right wing to Mannix. Goes to Baycott. Baycott left-handed dribble into the paint against Shedrick. Boy, drew a lot of contact, couldn't finish. And rebound tipped away by Virginia into the hands of Gardner. Tar Heels thought Baycott had been hit on the shot by Shedrick. 2:30 to go. Franklin has it at the free throw line to Gardner right elbow, and he lost his dribble out of bounds. Tried to drive to the right against Baycott and just lost the basketball. That's turnover number 7. Virginia only averages about 10 per game. Tar Heels only force about 10 per game. And that's already 7 on the Cavaliers with 2:23 to play in the first half. 26-22. Heels have had a couple of empty possessions here in a row. Up 4, trying to find something offensively. Love, long pass to Baycott. He was able to double pump in the air and dunk it home. What? He had to pump because Franklin had come to challenge. And Baycott protected the ball once he was airborne and then threw it down.
Yeah, terrific play by Baycott.
He has 12, 28-22. Beekman guarded by Love. Outside the arc, straight away. Over to Kihei Clark. R.J. Davis right there on the catch. Tries to get it to Franklin. Bothered by Leaky Black. Tough shot. Franklin hits the long 2. Boy, Leaky with some good defense. Franklin just hit a tough one. 28-24. 90 seconds to go first half. R.J. Davis checked by Kihei Clark. Dribbles to the sideline. Lost his footing a bit. Recovers. Sends it over to Baycott. To Mannix. Now left wing, it goes to Caleb Love. He'll back up. 11 on the shot clock. Love, another step back. Long distance triple. Holy cow, he knocked it in. Sometimes you just need dudes who can do that. 31-24. I'm going to be honest. I thought there was no chance that thing was going in. Tar Heels by 7. Kihei Clark to Franklin. Got around a screen, misses the jumper, rebound, slapped out. Virginia will have it again. They work it around the perimeter to Beekman. Open 3, in and out. Rebound to R.J. Davis. 42 seconds to go. Carolina up 7. Davis weaves through traffic, gets to the cup, shot blocked by Shedrick. Shedrick has been a force defensively.
Yeah, it's a great move by Davis, and he knows that wasn't the right decision as he got deep in with the trees, and the tallest of the trees and the most athletic of the trees, and Shedrick was there to meet him at the end, but really good move to get inside that defense, keep Carolina in transition as the clock ticks down.
Clark dribbling in the center jump circle, now sends it over to Shedrick. Shot clock down to 5. Clark got free behind a screen against Davis. Dribbles to the left elbow, and a foul called on R.J. Davis as Clark threw his head back as he elevated to shoot. And the officials deemed that Davis hit him on the arm with 1 second on the shot clock.
Yeah, the replay is going to show maybe a touch on the elbow, maybe. And Clark's a good enough shooter. You can give him the benefit of the doubt and say maybe RJ got it. It also looked like a really hotly contested shot. Good defense staying in front of that drive by Kihei.
First free throws of the half for Virginia. Clark, the best free throw shooter on their team, makes the first. He's better than 85%. 31-25. Still 6.2 seconds left. Second free throw, no good. So Carolina gets the rebound. Still 3 seconds to go as Davis comes front side. Davis will pull up for 3. Too strong from the right side. But Carolina will take a 6-point lead into the halftime locker room. 31-25. Baycott with 12, Love with 10, both in double figures in the first half. So Tar Heels 31, Virginia 25 as we go to the break in Chapel Hill. Tar Heel basketball from Learfield.
On the inside, a Honda is comfortable, technologically advanced, and loaded with next-gen features. But on the outside, a Honda is fuel efficient, powerful, and stylish, like the versatile HR-V, the 8-passenger Pilot, or a turbocharged Civic. No matter what kind of car you need, Honda has it. Because inside and outside, a Honda is the total package. Hurry, they're selling fast. Now at your Honda dealer of the Carolinas.
This Saturday, while you watch the game at home, we're watching The Grill at Jersey Mike's. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free delivery on Saturdays. Unless you're going to miss hearing this. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. On Saturdays, your team needs you, your sofa needs you, and you need a Jersey Mike's sub. Get it all with free Saturday delivery when you order through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
You know, there is a lot of misleading information about Medicaid eligibility. The Arledge Law Firm would like you to know the truth. For instance, if you need a nursing home, Medicaid will take your home. That's not true. Another one is, if you transfer assets, you have to wait 60 months to qualify. Again, not true. And this big one, if you're already in a nursing home, it's too late to protect your assets. Not true, not true, not true. Call attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Kent Baldwin, or Martin Gerard at the Arledge Law Firm and get free consultation and learn the truth. It's more likely than you think that you may qualify for nursing home care and not lose everything you own. It's worth a call to Arledge Law Firm at 287-3338, located on East Court Street in Rutherfordton.
There are so many insurance agencies here and there, but to find a dependable agency that you can trust, that would be Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency. They are your full-service agency offering auto, business, homeowners, health, and life. Maxwell B. Hamrick is an independent insurance agent. Call them today at 286-2384. They care about their customers, and it shows. They're located at 119 Huntley Street in Spindale. Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency, serving one satisfied customer at a time.
Dave Nathan certainly not getting this ovation, but Danny Green certainly is, as he's recognized here at the half for his $1 million gift, which will endow a men's basketball scholarship. So Danny and Coach Williams on the floor right now being recognized as we get a quick look at the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard. Helping you is what they do best. 4:21 left to play in the second half from Raleigh. And it's Clemson leading NC State 60-53. The next game in the league that'll tip off is at the top of the hour in Winston between Wake Forest and Syracuse. Meanwhile, in the top 25 at the under 4 timeout in the second half, number 3 Purdue leads Penn State 64-62. It's number 12 Houston up big on Wichita State 65-50 at the under 8-minute timeout in the second. 6:41 to play in the game. Number 16 Providence leads St. John 64-58. And approaching 7.5 minutes to play in half number 2. It's number 24, Seton Hall 70, UConn 68. That'll do it for a look at the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard. Helping you is what they do best. Carolina leads Virginia 31-25 at the half. We've got ultimate halftime highlights when we return from Learfield.
Catches it, a spin move, drop step to the baseline. Slam and jam. Steps back for 3. Nailed it from way downtown. Drives the lane, kaboom, count it, and gets the foul. Are you kidding me?
Keep the excitement of game day going in a Nissan with game-changing tech that makes every drive as exciting as a game-winning buzzer beater. Get to Nissan, proud partner of Carolina Athletics.
Tar Heel student athletes come to Carolina to compete and to gain a world-class education. With more than 500 scholarships across 28 sports, Carolina recruits student athletes who are committed to excellence both in the classroom and on the field. Your support is critical to helping Carolina attract the very best. Make a gift to athletic scholarships today at campaign.unc.edu/athletics.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
For all your pharmacy needs, choose the Medicine Box of Forest City. Pharmacist Sheila Sheehan provides excellent care and pharmacy assistance for Medicare prescription cards. The Medicine Box is your home medical equipment provider, offering wheelchairs, walkers, nebulizers, and diabetic supplies. They also will direct bill Medicare for all your home medical needs. Call 245-1696. The Medicine Box on Broadway in Forest City, your local hometown pharmacy. Curbside service is available.
Nobody gets a better deal than the customers at Sisk Family Ford. They have a proven record of the best deals. Sisk Family Ford, Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealer, has recently been recognized as the #1 Ford dealer in customer satisfaction in the Southeast. That speaks well of their commitment to serve their customers well. Look for all the new design 2021 F-150 at Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealership. That's Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
Jones Angel here, thanking you for staying tuned to our friends in Rutherford County. WCAB, Rutherfordton.
Carolina BMW dealers, providing legendary performance, exceptional offers, and a premium ownership experience. At BMW, we only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine.
31-25 our score at the half. Carolina leads Virginia. And before we get to those ultimate halftime highlights, just one more quick note here concerning Carolina football. The Tar Heels have added Gene Chizik to the coaching staff as defensive coordinator, and co-defensive coordinator and defensive backs coach Charlton Warren is also back in Chapel Hill for his second stint. So Gene Chizik and Charlton Warren both recently added to the Carolina football staff. As far as those ultimate halftime highlights go, the Tar Heels again have amassed a 6-point lead at the break, 31-25, and Brady Manick got things started early from in close.
Beekman tried to kick it out to Gardner, taken away. Heels get the steal, 3-on-1. Love to Manick for the two-handed flush as he came in on the right side.
That's two of Brady Manick's 7 first-half points. Manick would add 3 more later on.
Manick going to try and make a tough shot, and he does from the right corner for 3.
Carolina 9, Virginia 7 at that point. Carolina would double that lead with, again, Brady Manick finishing.
Putback won't go by Gardner. Finally, Baycott earns the possession for Carolina. Long pitch ahead. Davis to Manick. Caught it and finished. What control by the Oklahoma transfer.
13-9. Again, Brady Manick helping Carolina to a 6-point halftime lead at 31-25. Virginia would scratch within 1 point midway through the first half, but Caleb Love gave the Tar Heels a little more distance.
Out to Love with 11 on the shot clock. Love just looked like he was going to go, so he did, and dropped in the long 3.
He's been waiting for that moment.
Caleb Love into double figures, one of 2 Tar Heels to get 10 or more points. The other is Armando Baycott. Here are 2 of his 12.
Love, long pass to Baycott. He was able to double pump in the air and dunk it home.
And that'll do it for ultimate halftime highlights, with Carolina leading Virginia at the break 31-25. We'll run through stats presented by the Campaign for Carolina when we come back after this. Heels up 6 at the break from Learfield.
North Carolina's 26 electric cooperatives recognize the best classroom projects and the teachers who create them through the Bright Ideas Education Grant Program. These grants provide funding for creative projects in grades K through 12.
Congratulations to Bright Ideas Grant winner Dana Ritchie of Catawba Heights Elementary in Belmont. Her project, Learning Science with Legos, is sponsored by Rutherford Electric Membership Cooperative based in Forest City.
If you're a teacher with a bright idea, visit ncbrightideas.com.
Harris Teeter is partnered with UNC, NC State, Wake Forest, and Duke to bring you the Big Four Grocery Assist Sweepstakes. Each week a contestant is chosen, and they win $5 in free groceries for every assist by a Big Four school that week. Plus, one grand prize winner will be selected for the Big Four VIP shoot-around prize package. Invite up to 20 friends and family for a private scrimmage at the Big Four school of your choice. Visit harristeeter.com and look for the Grocery Assist Sweepstakes section to enter. Harris Teeter, where Tar Heel fans love to shop.
This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
For all your pharmacy needs, choose the Medicine Box of Forest City. Pharmacist Sheila Sheehan provides excellent care and pharmacy assistance for Medicare prescription cards. The Medicine Box is your home medical equipment provider, offering wheelchairs, walkers, nebulizers, and diabetic supplies. They also will direct bill Medicare for all your home medical needs. Call 245-1696. The Medicine Box on Broadway in Forest City, your local hometown pharmacy. Curbside service is available.
Nobody gets a better deal than the customers at Sisk Family Ford. They have a proven record of the best deals. Sisk Family Ford, Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealer, has recently been recognized as the #1 Ford dealer in customer satisfaction in the Southeast. That speaks well of their commitment to serve their customers well. Look for all the new design 2021 F-150 at Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealership. That's Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
Jones Angel here, thanking you for staying tuned to to our friends in Rutherford County. WCAB, Rutherfordton.
31-25, Carolina up 6 on Virginia at the break. This is the Wells Fargo halftime show. Dave Nathan back in the Smith Center with a look at our first half stats presented by the Campaign for Carolina, creating opportunities for more Tar Heels. Carolina shot the ball well in the game's first 20 minutes, 14 of 29. That's 48%. Virginia, meanwhile, just 11 of 26, which is 42%. Neither team great from beyond the arc. The Tar Heels 3 of 9, the Cavs 2 of 7, and the free throw line was rarely visited. The Tar Heels go 0 of 3, while the Cavs go 1 of 2. On the glass, the battle on the boards even at 16. The Heels take pretty good care of the ball, only turned it over 5 times while assisting on 7 of those 14 made baskets. By contrast, Virginia coughed it up 7 times and only assisted on 4 of 11 made shots. Biggest disparity in some of the other numbers, second chance points, the Tar Heels 6-0 in that category, and that's the difference in a 6-point game, 31-25. Armando Bacot leading all scorers with 12 points. He's 2 rebounds shy of another double-double. 10 points, as we mentioned, for Caleb Love. Brady Manick has 7 in a starting role for the Tar Heels. Anthony Harris has the only other 2 for the Tar Heels. Love leading the way with 3 assists for Carolina and a couple of steals. For Virginia, Reese Beekman has 7 to lead the Cavaliers. Jayden Gardner, the team's leading scorer, has 6, as does Kihei Clark. Our score at the break, 31-25. The Heels up 6. And as we approach the top of the hour, let's pause 10 seconds for a station ID on the Tar Heel Sports Network.
You're listening to Tar Heel Basketball on 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB Rutherford.
That'll wrap things up here for an eventful Wells Fargo halftime show. Coach Williams and Danny Green both here on the floor of the Smith Center. Danny Green again, a $1 million gift endowing a men's basketball scholarship. Gene Chizik and Charlton Warren also brought on staff for the Carolina football team and the Tar Heel basketball team, leading Virginia 31-25 at the break. The halftime show is brought to you by Wells Fargo, official sponsor of Carolina Athletics. We'll send things back to Jones and Eric for the play-by-play of the second half. When we come back, it's Carolina 31, Virginia 25 from Learfield.
If you want the nation's best auto insurer, look no further than North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Rated #1 in Crash Network's Insurer Report Card, we're the only insurer in the nation to receive an A+ rating from auto body shops in 2020 and 2021. Our philosophy is simple. Be fair, be quick, be the best. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
On the inside, a Honda is comfortable, technologically advanced, and loaded with next-gen features. But on the outside, a Honda is fuel-efficient, powerful, and stylish. Like the versatile HR-V, the 8-passenger Pilot, or a turbocharged Civic. No matter what kind of car you need, Honda has it. Because inside and outside, a Honda is the total package. Hurry, they're selling fast. Now at your Honda dealer of the Carolinas.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
At Smith Drugs of Forest City, we are continuing to offer the COVID-19 rapid testing and the COVID-19 vaccinations. Please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591 with any questions or concerns that you may have. You may also visit our website at smithsdrugsfc.com and schedule your COVID rapid 19 test or your vaccination. Again, if you have any questions, please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591.
It's that time again, time to get the flu vaccines. And Smith Drugs in Forest City has the flu vaccinations available. Walk-ins Monday through Friday and Saturdays by appointment. And Smith Drug is asking all their Dream Station and System 1 CPAP customers to call if you need any help with registering your recalled devices. Just call the Home Medical Department for any help or with questions at 828-245-4591. And Smith Drugs has the Moderna and Pfizer initial shots and the boosters. They also have the flu vaccines at Smith Drugs of Forest City.
Heading to half 2 here in Chapel Hill. Tar Heels with the 6-point advantage, 31-25. Virginia will have the basketball to start the second half. Let's get to the trusted choice of the game. Brought to you by the Trusted Choice Independent Insurance Agents of North Carolina. They want you to stay safe behind the wheel. Put down that phone while you're driving. And let's have a hands-free in C. To learn more, find an agent near you. You can visit trustedchoice.com/GoHeels. And, yeah, Carolina with that 31-25 advantage, it feels like something that will be, Eric, important in the second half here for Carolina. It feels like just not letting up. It's all, when you're playing Virginia, it is the entire game. It's all 40 minutes. You just can't relax. Heels played well in the first half. Going to be important to keep it going.
Yeah, well, that's what we saw out of Carolina at the beginning, and historically that's been the challenge. Can you sustain against Virginia? So the things that we've seen thus far, keep them going, continue to structure, attack their structure, contribute to turnovers, and then continue to go strong inside in the paint.
Quick little pocket pass from Clark to Gardner right of the lane, but he could not hit the floater. Carolina with the rebound. Rebounds were even in the first half, 16 apiece. Virginia has not been a particularly good rebounding team this year, but did a nice job holding their own in the first. Really tough shot by Love. His runner right side, no good, but Baycott tips the rebound out into the left corner where Manick goes to get it. So the Heels will have another opportunity. Love, who hit, a long-distance three is no good. Baycott keeps the possession again, slaps it to Manick. His three won't go. Rebound is loose, and Leaky Black got undercut on the rebound, and he is down holding his right knee. He got undercut by Franklin.
Yeah, that's a spooky play if you're a player to feel like somebody's undercutting and kind of taking the knee out from underneath.
And
he seems to be okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's up and limping a bit, but walking back to play defense. So Carolina gets 3 looks at the basket, although one a really difficult runner by Love, one about a 30-foot three-pointer by Love, and Tar Heels come up empty. So 31-25, still the score. Virginia has the basketball. Kihei Clark to Gardner, goes hard down the right side of the lane, shot altered if not blocked by Baycott. Here comes Carolina. R.J. Davis, who did not make a shot in the first half, comes front side for the Heels. Finds Leaky Black on the right side. Long pass left corner, Manick. This three, good for Brady Manick.
So he pulled Shedrick on the rotation all the way out, and it was a good find. But again, it's those cross-court passes that make that defense work.
34-25, Tar Heels' largest lead, it's 9. Franklin well out on the right side, passes right sideline to Beekman. Love there on the catch. Beekman back to the Indiana transfer, Franklin. Switch has Baycott guarding him, tries to step back jumper, no good. R.J. Davis another rebound. Long pitch ahead left side to Love. Love angles into the paint, nothing there, so he's going to circle back out. Good decision there by Caleb. He'll send it left side to Davis. Left corner, it goes to Manick. He gets it down low to Baycott for the flush. Timeout, Virginia.
Big time play by Baycott. He has gone strong to the rim today.
Timeout for the Cavaliers will stretch to a full. The Tar Heels now lead by 11 at 36-25. 18:04 to play in the second half in Chapel Hill. It's Carolina basketball from Learfield.
Hey Carolina family, this is Athletic Director Bubba Cunningham. As official sponsor of Carolina Athletics, Wells Fargo understands being a Tar Heel means there's no off-season. With the Wells Fargo Tar Heels debit card, you can show off your Carolina pride no matter where you are. It's your colors, your team, your card. Visit wellsfargo.com and search Card Design Studio to learn more.
Copyright 2020 Wells Fargo Bank N.A. All rights reserved.
This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
Great teams require a mix of solid fundamentals and that little something special. You'll find that winning combination with UNC basketball and at Refuel Markets. You can count on Refuel for those last-minute needs like snacks and drinks. And you'll also find our bean-to-cup coffees to turn an ordinary day into something special. As an official sponsor of UNC basketball, we hope you'll visit any of our locations throughout the Triangle to enjoy a unique experience before you cheer on the Tar Heels to victory.
Everyone has an idea of their perfect engagement ring. You'll know it when you see it, but you have to see it. Allure Bridal from Reed's Jewelers. 8 stunning collections with over 300 styles. Yellow, rose, or white gold. Two-tone, stacks, pave, solitaires, wraps, Guards, your perfect ring exists. All you have to do is come and see it. It's your style and your choice with Allure Bridal, only at Reed's Jewelers and Reeds.com.
6:25, Tar Heels' largest lead of the game. It's 11. Early second half, 18 minutes, 4 seconds to go in the second half. Reminder, if the Tar Heels hit 100 points at home this season, will be tough to do today, of course, against the Cavaliers. But if the Tar Heels hit 100 points at home at any point this season, 2 sausage biscuits for $1 at Bojangles the next day. That offer is valid through the regular season here at games in the Smith Center. So, Eric, 36-25. Tar Heels have started on a little mini 5-0 spurt here. And mentioned rebounds were even at halftime. Carolina's out-rebounded Virginia 5-1 here to start the second half.
Yeah, and I think that, you've seen ball movement by Carolina. That is so essential. Historically, when Carolina has struggled the most, they've had no penetration and no ball movement. And I say no, limited ball movement, limited dribble penetration against this Virginia defense. And so right now, they're doing some things that are impressive. They've also been able to pick up a couple of those offensive rebounds. They have 6 in the game. But Carolina is continuing with the energy and effort and toughness that Coach Davis has talked about time and again throughout this young season.
Anthony Harris has checked in for Carolina, replacing Leaky Black. Leaky has gone behind the bench. Carolina has brought an exercise bike out, and Tar Heel trainer Doug Halverson is talking with Leaky as he is now kind of lightly biking. Remember, he did have that play where Franklin undercut him just a bit, not on purpose. He was just falling down, took out Leaky's legs. It looked like his right knee was a little bit bothered. So he is working that out on the bike right now. Virginia has the basketball. Gardner will elevate and hit the right baseline jump shot. Gardner has 8 to lead the Virginia scoring. Has that one good from about 12 feet on the baseline to make it 36-27. R.J. Davis over to Manick. He'll hand off to Love. Love deep on the left. Passes over to Baycott. He'll hand it off to Anthony Harris. Pocket pass to Baycott right of the lane. Looping pass corner left to Davis. Heels working around the perimeter. Ends up to Anthony Harris. And he's fouled on the drive by Kihei Clark.
Well, a very deliberate offensive set there by Carolina. It's a good offense. It's one that they run, but you don't often get to see it all the way through. And a lot of handoffs, a lot of ball movement. It finally gave a little bit of a squeak of an opportunity for Harris, who took it.
Manick going to try a quick 3 off the back iron after the inbound from the left sideline.
So after that great offensive set, we get a quick 3 off an inbounds pass. Maybe not exactly what you want, even though you got a shooter taking it.
36-27, Carolina by 9. Virginia with the basketball. Clark into the paint. Bounces on the right side to Beekman. He'll bounce it again, this time to Franklin. He's going to try another step-back jumper, and that one's good too. Gardner. Step-back jumper on that right baseline. So he's hit back-to-back jump shots about the same spot. That one was a little deeper. And Virginia's run off 4 straight to get back within 7 at 36-29. Love, middle of the court, left wing to Manick. Down low, Baycott against Cafaro. Bounces right corner, Anthony Harris. Knocked in the triple.
Well, if you're going to do that, see, Cafaro is stepping out so high when Baycott sets that screen. If the point guard can do what he did, Caleb Love drug Cafaro way out towards the jump circle while Baycott is rolling. Then it's just a matter, can you get the ball down into his hands in a position to score quickly enough?
Another mid-range jumper. Franklin misses that one for Virginia. Baycott with the board. He now has a double-double. R.J. Davis attacking left of the lane. Gets deep, scoops it up. It won't curl in. Baycott tried to slap up the rebound. No good. Gets it back. Misses the dunk, but he's fouled. Boy, Baycott.
I'm going to tell you, Jones, yes, Baycott. Baycott is attacking the rim, attacking the basket like I have not seen him do. Foul, I love it.
Foul was on Cafaro, Eric, his second on Virginia this half. And Baycott to the line where Carolina has not converted tonight. 0 of 3 at the stripe. Let's see if Baycott can break that string. He does. First one softly through. Baycott now with 15 points to go along with 13 rebounds. He had a career-high 17 boards against Notre Dame on Wednesday night.
Both teams being allowed to play. This one off the front rim, this free throw missed by Baycott into the hands of Virginia. and Beekman, but both teams being allowed to play, but neither team has really gotten into a position where they have to force foul early on and send people to the foul line.
40-29, now 40-31 as Beekman hit a cutting layup from right of the lane, got free off the ball, and once he received the pass, was able to go to the cup. Caleb Love diagnosing, dropping it off, and Baycott with the easy bucket.
Yeah, see, and that's the Caleb Love that can really draw the defense and force Cafaro. I don't know if Shedrick would have taken that bait or not, but Cafaro did. And then a nice little high pass right where Baycott needed to find it.
Beekman drives again and finishes with the left hand. That was a really nice finish as Beekman able to flip it over the challenge of Baycott. So Hill stretched it to 11. It's back to 9, 42-33. Love splits a double team up high. Kicks it right corner. R.J. Davis, triple, no good. Manick slaps the rebound out to Love. Heels will reset. Love, quick shot from straight away. Three-pointer, why not?
Well, he's found a little bit of a rhythm. He's found a little bit of a rhythm right now, Love has, and he's helping his team. Tried to give it, dish away to Davis, who missed, but he was there to save the play.
45-33, Carolina by 12. Franklin left baseline. Out to Cafaro, back to Franklin. Anthony Harris trying to stay with him. Franklin drives to the ACC logo and hits the little push shot. It is 45-35, Carolina by 10 with the basketball. 14:30 to go in the half. Love double teamed on the sideline, trying to fight through it, able to get out of there and send it middle of the floor to R.J. Davis. Still 15 on the shot clock. Davis still has not hit a shot. Gets it down low to Manick. His shot blocked, but guess who? Baycott to clean it up. Baycott with 7 this half, 19 for the game. 47-35, Tar Heels by 12. Franklin checked by Anthony Harris. Bounces to Beekman, who's been hot here as of late. Down low to Cafaro, knocks over Manick, then his kick out pass intercepted. Anthony Harris on the run is just grabbed out in the open court. And the officials do call the foul. There is no rule like in the NBA where you've got the open floor foul. You can be called for a flagrant. The Tar Heels are arguing the lack of a flagrant call, but they're not going to get it. Jeff Lebo, eyes popping out of his head as he talks to Bert Smith. The foul on Franklin, his second. Third foul on Virginia. Carolina will have possession after this timeout. 13:56 to go. 47-35, Tar Heels by 12. It's Carolina basketball from Learfield.
The MT1 Series tractor from LS is a powerhouse packed in a compact footprint, and it's now available with high-capacity loader attachment. This tractor loader package provides you everything you need to get the job done right. Visit your local dealer or check us out online at lstractorusa.com to experience the LS difference for yourself. Rules, restrictions, eligibility, and participation may apply.
Every day in the U.S., more than 9 people are killed and 1,000 injured in crashes involving a distracted driver. You can't control other motorists, but you can control how you operate your vehicle. Avoid distractions while driving, like texting or checking social media. You can't drive safely unless driving has your full attention. Any non-driving activity you engage in increases your risk of crashing. Brought to you by Trusted Choice Independent Insurance Agents of North Carolina. Learn more at trustedchoice.com/GoHeels.
From star athletes to super fans, UNC Health is dedicated to caring for champions of all kinds. For you, the latest advancements and our greatest expertise are always in play to deliver personalized care with the utmost compassion. It's the kind of care that keeps champions like you and your family in the game when it matters the most. See our lineup at unchealthcare.org/sports.
Tar Heels 47, Virginia 35, 13:56 to go, second half. Eric, a couple of key stats here presented by the Campaign for Carolina, creating opportunities for more Tar Heels. 1 assist. Tar Heels had just 10 assists in the game on Wednesday against Notre Dame. They have 12 already tonight, or this afternoon, on 20 made field goals, including 4 assists and no turnovers by Love, who had the exact opposite the other night. No assist and 4 turnovers. And then the rebounds, mentioned they were even at halftime, 16 apiece. Carolina's out-rebounded Virginia 10-3 this half, Tar Heels have 6 second chance points this half and 12-0 second chance point advantage in the ballgame.
Yeah, you've really seen, like I said, I think we were off the air when I said it, this Tar Heel team is playing well. And this is a good Virginia team. This Virginia team is pushing some buttons, but this Carolina team is using the assets they have, finding Baycott when it's appropriate. They've made a couple of turnovers trying to do it, but that's called basketball. But your perimeter shooters with good basketball movement are making shots. Those are the assets this Carolina team has, and their defense. If you watched early on in the game, Manick was back there squawking, trying to talk to RJ, coming off repeated screens that you see out of this Virginia offense. Carolina's defense is communicating. That's something we have not seen a lot this year.
Anthony Harris remains in the game for Leaky Black. Black has gone back onto the Carolina bench. He's off that bike. The terminology I was trying to think of before the timeout is clear path. That's a foul in the NBA if you just grab somebody in the open court. That is not a foul in college as far as that terminology. As the Heels nearly turn it over. Great save by Manick on the right sideline to Davis. Tried to alley-oop it to Baycott. Couldn't catch it. He ended up tipping it up in the air, and it almost ended up going in. But on what was a messy possession for Carolina, it does end up basketball to Virginia. Beekman kicks it to Clark. Open look for three. You just knew that was going in from the left sideline. Good movement by Clark to get the open look and cut Carolina's lead back down to 9. 47-38. Love has it. Deep out near the center jump circle. Dribbles to the right. Goes between the legs. Left-handed dribble. Sends it out to Manick. Down low it goes to Baycott against Shedrick. His shot altered. Baycott gets it back and is able to muscle it in. And Shedrick is shaken up. 21 now for Baycott. Roger Ayers asking for some help.
Yeah, Shedrick's cut.
Oh, yeah, he's bleeding.
Maybe his nose.
And Doug Halverson, the Tar Heel trainer, gets a towel to him. And the officials are going to come take a look as Shedrick got clipped somewhere in that sequence. Baycott had his shot altered by Shedrick and then got it back and scored. We'll see if there was any violent collision with an elbow or something to Shedrick's face. We're getting a look at the replay right now. Baycott goes up, has it altered.
That was it.
I think Baycott clipped him on the shot that was originally altered. And that's where Shedrick got popped. It wasn't on anything after the initial play. 13:08 to go in Chapel Hill. Armando Baycott now with 15 rebounds, and I believe 10 of those are offensive. Is that 9 of them are offensive? Last Tar Heel that had 10 offensive rebounds in a game was Kennedy Meeks in 2017. And still adjudicating. I don't think anything has been called on Baycott. I believe there has been no flagrant on Baycott or anything like that by clipping Shedrick up in the face. So just give the basket to Baycott. That is his 10th of the game. He is 10 of 16 from the field for 21 points and 15 rebounds. The score is 49-38 Tar Heels. Shedrick came out, of course, with Cafaro coming in. And Virginia has the basketball. Franklin to Kihei Clark at the left elbow. Pulls up for the tough runner. No good. Boy, Baycott again. 16 rebounds for the Tar Heel big man. I mentioned it. All ACC level thus far. Maybe ACC Player of the Year conversation at this point in the season. Long way to go, of course. Love between the circles. Drifts to the right wing. Virginia cuts him off. Love against Beekman. Spins right in the lane. Little backdoor bounce pass to Davis. Hands off to Baycott. Works around Cafaro and lays it in. Gorgeous basketball.
I'm telling you, the ball movement for Carolina right now has been essential to their success, and it is pretty to watch.
Beekman got free behind a screen, but came up way short on the three. It falls to R.J. Davis. Long pitch ahead to Love. Left sideline. Into the paint. Out to Manick. Right out to Love. He's on the right side this time. He'll shoot it and knock it in.
I'm telling you, Jones, it's such a departure from what we saw up in Notre Dame. It's not even really the same team. I mean, it's the same guys out there, but they're just playing so they're enjoying watching the success of one another, and they are feeding off of that energy, and it is evident.
54-38, Heels by 16. Anthony Harris draws an offensive foul as Franklin dips his shoulder on the drive.
Well, now what you're seeing out of Virginia, a very capable team, but right now they continue to not be able to answer with Carolina's enthusiasm and effort, and that time Carolina's defensive perspective paid off, and Anthony Harris steps in, takes a big-time charge.
11:40 to go. Timeout on the dead ball. Carolina will have it after this. 54-38 Heels. 11:40 to play. It's Carolina basketball from Learfield.
From the mountains to the coast, 2.5 million North Carolinians are members of an electric cooperative. As a co-op member, you're part of exciting efforts to build a brighter future in the Tar Heel State through innovative energy programs that make the electric grid more efficient and sustainable. Plus, you're supporting local communities by empowering tomorrow's leaders. Learn more at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
It's never lost on Window World that your home is your largest physical investment. Window World's integrity will be noticed from your very first moment of contact. The clean, professional installation of premium windows, siding, doors, and more are designed to last while leaving your home looking amazing. Window World and their lifetime warranty will always be there when it really matters. They're America's most trusted remodeler and a proud partner of Carolina Athletics because the difference is integrity and always in the details.
There's nothing better than the mouth-watering barbecue of Backyard Bistro. It's heeliciously good, and this season you can see for yourself at the concession stands at the Smith Center. With award-winning barbecue highlighted in Cary Living Magazine, Destination America TV, and WRAL.com as a Voter's Choice winner, Backyard Bistro is the fastest-growing caterer in the Triangle. Try it out at your next Carolina get-together or drop by the restaurant in Raleigh off Interstate 40. Backyard Bistro. It's heeliciously good.
11:40 to go in the second half. Tar Heels 54, Virginia 38. Carolina on a 7-0 run over the last 88 seconds of the ball game. Jones and Eric courtside with you in the Smith Center. Tar Heels do not play again until next Saturday here in Chapel Hill against Georgia Tech. So they have a couple of days off after this one. Virginia is at home after a 3-game road trip. They'll be at home for their next 2 against Virginia Tech, and then that's on Wednesday, and then versus Wake Forest on Saturday. Heels 54, Virginia 38. Eric, second half, Tar Heels 9 of 19 shooting, 4 of 8 from 3. They've outscored Virginia 23-13 in the second half, and that's with Virginia shooting well. I mean, Virginia's 6 of 12 this half, and yet Carolina's outscored them by 10.
I'm telling you, I think that the way Carolina has gone about their play, it has allowed them to utilize all of the different aspects that Carolina has at their disposal that are good, that are strong. Their interior, their perimeter shooting, their passing ability, all those things are on display right now, and it's been fun to watch.
Carolina shooting 48% for the game, and that includes R.J. Davis, 0 of 9. The rest of the team is 23 of 37. Love to Baycott, outside the arc, top left. Over to Anthony Harris, still in. Splits a double team, kicks it corner left to Baycott. Still 6 on the shot clock. Baycott tries to drive baseline against Cafaro. He's going to have to shoot. Shot clock's down to 1. It'll be out to R.J. Davis, and he has to chuck up a 3. He was hit hard on the 3 by Kihei Clark. No whistle. The only whistle that blows is for the shot clock violation, as Leaky Black will now come back in, and he's going to get Anthony Harris with 11:09 to go. So good to see Leaky back after the scary collision with a Virginia player, Armand Franklin, earlier in the half. Checking in for Virginia, Statman and Tane Murray are back in. Kihei Clark bounces to Beekman. Cafaro, the 5th Cavalier, on the floor right now. And they turn it over. Beekman's pass just hot and high to Kihei Clark. Beekman was out in the center of the court, tried to go to the left sideline, turned it over.
Yeah, a level of frustration starting to show on Virginia. And if you're Carolina, this is where you've got to put the foot all the way down. You got to drop the hammer on any opportunity to try and keep that momentum in your favor.
Love, long three, no good. As he never passed the basketball on that possession. Just had it, dribbled to the left wing, had a good look for three, but came up way short. And then Baycott called for a rebound foul. His first foul on Carolina this half. There's only been 5 total fouls this half. And second foul on Baycott, who has been the most dominant player in the game with 23 points and 16 rebounds.
This is a pivotal point for Carolina. They've lost some of the enthusiasm. The crowd has died down, and although they have still a significant lead, they've really got to make sure that they pick it up and build on that enthusiasm.
Cafaro got deep, but Baycott bothered the hook shot. Manick with the rebound. R.J. Davis still without a field goal. Leaves it for Manick. Virginia left him alone. That's a bad idea. He drops in the triple.
Well, and what did it? Davis with his drive. He may not be shooting well tonight, but his drive off the top of Manick, and if you're a defender, you got to choose. What are you going to guard? You're going to let him go to the rack, or are you going to try and help? And if you help, Manick was there.
His third assist to just one turnover. Kihei Clark gets deep on the baseline, and boy, Tar Heels thought he had turned it over as he tried to pass it back into the paint. It got knocked out of bounds off the heels. Carolina wanted him to review it, but the officials say, well, let's go. Inbounds goes to Statman, gets close to the rim, misses the shot on the left side. Rebound ends up. Virginia comes out of the scrum with it. Statman, I believe, is the man who got the ball back. Ends up down low to Cafaro against Baycott. This time he's able to hook it home. Cafaro's first bucket. And it's 57-40 with 9:35 to play. Davis with Kihei Clark hounding him. Passes over on the right to Love. To Manick, top left. He'll hand off to R.J. Davis. Caught in a double team. Splits it. Finds Manick left corner. Pump fake for three. Stopped on the drive. Finds a cutting Davis. Extra pass to Baycott. And he's fouled going up.
I mean, good find by Manick not to force it in the corner. Davis made a strong cut to the basket. Caught the ball. Realized he was in no man's land. Made a nice dish to Baycott, who again caught it. Good hands by Baycott. And now he'll have the potential to be rewarded with a couple of made free throws. We'll see if he can take that to the line. That's one area tonight that he's not been terrific. He's just 33%, 1 of 3 tonight from the foul line. Free throws have been few.
There's a Tar Heel at scores table. I think it's McCoy. Can't quite see.
Yes, that's correct.
Free throw. Back iron way up in the air and in for Baycott.
That's when you know you're living right, Jones.
Well, he's now tied his career high, Eric, with 24 points. As McCoy will come in for Manick, who gets a big round of applause. Manick has 13 tonight. For Baycott, the 24 came earlier this year against College of Charleston. And now he has a new career high as he makes both free throws. He has 25 points, 16 rebounds. The points a career high. The rebound just one short of what he set on Wednesday against Notre Dame. 59-40. Kihei Clark in at the front court for the Cavaliers, guarded by R.J. Davis. To Beekman. Left-handed dribble as he backs up, sends it to Statman. Drives to the ACC logo. Leaky Black hounding him. He's able to bounce it out to Kihei Clark. 10 on the shot clock. Clark out to Beekman. Jab step gets him by Love. Kicks it out to Statman. Flat-footed three is good from the right side.
Well, Beekman rescued that with the drive into the middle, and Statman took a long time to get that shot off.
Heels up by 16 now, 59-43. McCoy over to Caleb Love. Whips a pass over to McCoy. He'll try a left wing triple. Yes! McCoy against his former team bangs it home, 62-43.
He had about 8 makes yesterday in practice. McCoy did. Everybody said it was the best he had shot in a while, and he continues that trend today.
Beekman with the basketball over to Kihei Clark. Right back to Beekman, middle of the floor. 8:09 to go. Heels up by 19. Shot clock down to 8 for Beekman. Still looking for somebody else. Gets it to Kihei Clark. Long two. Well too strong. And Baycott has tied his career high with 17 rebounds. Hands off to R.J. Davis. He checks the bench as he comes front side on the right. Bounce pass down that right sideline to Leaky Black. Bounces in the corner to McCoy. Drives baseline. Tried to get it to a cutting Bacot. Intercepted by Virginia. Beekman weaving front side. Can't finish in transition. Bacot, a career high in rebounds with 18. Gets the football pass down the court to R.J. Davis, who's fouled by Cafaro, his third. So how about Armando Bacot? I think he's having a day. Career high in points with 25. Career high in rebounds with 18. We're going to send Jody to the book, find out who had the last 20-20 for the Tar Heels. We'll guess maybe Bryce Johnson, Kennedy Meeks, somewhere in that range. We'll check it out. 62-43, Carolina with 7:37 to play. It's Carolina basketball from Learfield.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, the new Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan. So make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first. For any surface in every season, there's a Continental tire that delivers superior performance. From ultra-high-performance tires like the Extreme Contact Sport, to passenger touring tires to all-terrain light truck tires like the Terrain Contact AT, Continental has a tire that gives you confidence no matter the road conditions. Whether you're looking for summer, all-season, or winter tires, Continental Tire has something to fit your needs. Visit ContinentalTire.com to find your ideal tire. Continental Tire, a proud partner of Carolina Athletics.
Catches it, the spin move, drop step to the baseline. Two-handed jam. Steps back for three. Nailed it from way downtown.
Drives the lane. Kaboom! Count it! And gets the foul. Are you kidding me?
Keep the excitement of game day going in a Nissan. With game-changing tech that makes every drive as exciting as a game-winning buzzer beater.
You know, there is a lot of misleading information about Medicaid eligibility. The Arledge Law Firm would like for you to know the truth. For instance, if you need a nursing home, Medicaid will take your home. That's not true. Another one is, if you transfer assets, you have to wait 60 months to qualify. Again, not true. And this big one, if you're already in a nursing home, it's too late to protect your assets. Not true, not true, not true. Call attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Kent Baldwin, or Martin Gerard at the Arledge Law Firm and get free consultation and learn the truth. It's more likely than you think that you may qualify for nursing home care and not lose everything you own. It's worth a call to Arledge Law Firm at 287-3338, located on East Court Street in Rutherfordton.
This is Dwayne Hunt with Insurance Service Associates. We know that due to COVID, many people don't want to come in the office. If you need to discuss your insurance needs or just make a payment, you can come through the drive-thru, telephone us, or drop in. We want to see you, but it doesn't have to be across from a desk. Insurance Service Associates, now located at 245 East Main Street in Forest City.
That was just about 5 years ago. Hard to believe. January 4th, 2016.
I mean, that was one that you just remember time and again how Bryce Johnson continued to get those little dishes inside, and he would just go up and flush it down or put a soft little shot. I mean, it was one of those moments where you thought, when is Florida State going to take that away? Yeah. And they didn't. And today, it's been Bacot who's been continually finding ways to impact this game, and his teammates have done a great job of looking for him and putting the ball where it needs to be.
Harris Teeter assisting you with groceries this basketball season. Each week, one winner will receive free groceries for every assist through the Big Four Grocery Assist Sweepstakes. HarrisTeeter.com. Look for the Grocery Assist Sweepstakes section to enter. And the Tar Heels turn it over, although R.J. Davis was adamant that Virginia had tipped the pass, that Love was trying to throw up the right sideline to Davis, but to no avail. So it will belong to the Cavaliers after the turnover. Speaking of assists, Carolina has 16 of them on 25 made baskets thus far this evening. Statman cut off on the drive, left baseline by Leaky Black. Down to 17 on the shot clock as Cafaro gets it in the paint against Justin McCoy. Big size advantage for Cafaro, and McCoy slapped down at the basketball. Pretty clear foul there on McCoy, his third. That's just the second foul on Carolina this half. And there just haven't been a lot of fouls called in the game. Virginia's been whistled for 12 in total. Carolina's 7 in total. Franklin gets the high post entry pass. Down low to Gardner. trying to work around Baycott. Gardner, I think we were blocked off. He had to pivot for a while. Finally got it off to Beekman. Beekman drives, sends it over to Statman. Another flat-footed three is good. Statman had made 7 threes all season. He's made 2 here this half. And it's 62-46 with 6:50 to go as Love walks it front side. To Davis. Left-handed dribble, now to McCoy, top left. Hands off to Love. Virginia right there on the catch. Love able to get by. Sends it right corner to Leaky Black, to Davis. Back to Love, left wing. Still 10 on the shot clock as Love going to try a step-back long three. It's short. Rebound to the Cavaliers. Good defensive effort there. Virginia the other way. And, R.J. Davis. It looked like he got all ball.
Yes, it did.
On the layup attempt by Franklin, but he's going to be called for the foul. And it will send Franklin to the line. That was Roger Ayers who called that one. And he's a good official. I don't think he got that one right, though, as Franklin, 83%, is going to have 2 shots.
Well, what I will tell you, the best part about that is the fact that there was the hustle that RJ has, and RJ's been all about hustle. I mean, his entire game is predicated on the energy that he puts out on the court, and he's done that. But his energy to run back from a deficit on that fast break and get in front of that play, I commend that.
Franklin goes 1 of 2. Missed the first, made the second. 62-47. Well, 4-0 run here by Virginia. Carolina scoreless over the last 2 minutes. Tar Heel lead is 15. Right corner, Caleb Love. Dribbles out of that corner to the wing. Still dribbling, goes to the middle of the floor, now to Manick. He'll hand off on the left sideline, R.J. Davis. 5 on the shot clock. Heel's got to get moving. Manick. He's going to have to force up a long triple. Yes, nothing but net.
Well, the Tar Heels have certainly, in the half, shot very well from deep, and that's one that we've seen it a lot of times against us, but Carolina 7 of 14 from behind the arc. It has put them in good stead against this Cavalier team, and all Tony Bennett can do is roll his eyes as another one goes in.
65-47, Statman short on his turnaround. Baycott another board. 19 now for him to go along with 25 points, both career highs. 65-47, Carolina by 18. Manick has quietly had a big game with 16 points. Love has 16 as well. Davis hands off to Manick on the right wing, right back to Davis in the right corner. He is all bottled up by Virginia there and earns a foul call on Gardner, his first. That's the 7th on Virginia, and so Carolina will now have free throws the rest of the way. This will be a 1-and-1 for Davis. Anthony Harris comes in. He'll replace Leaky Black. So the Tar Heels, if I'm not mistaken, Davis, Love, and Baycott have not come out of the game. I'm not sure they've come out of the game, period.
Right. I don't think that they have.
They all played all 20 minutes in the first, and I don't think they've come out here in the second.
Yep, correct.
And R.J. Davis gets his first point of the day at the free throw line. So the subs have been Harris and McCoy, and they've been replacing Black and Manick. So those have been the only subs. The other 3, Davis, Love, and Baycott, have gone the entire way with 5:14 to play. 66-47. Davis hits them both. Davis has played now 30 or more minutes 11 times in 7 of the last 8 games.
Well, and you really have to give them a lot of credit. As hard as they're playing, their conditioning right now is on display.
And it is another reminder, Heels don't play again for a week, so they don't play again until next Saturday. Virginia in the half court. Gardner over to Statman, who's hit a couple of threes. He'll send it back middle of the floor to Clark. Bounce pass to a cutting Beekman at the ACC logo. Tough turnaround. Well short, long rebound. Love battles for it, but it ends up to Beekman. He'll give it to Gardner. Little push shot at the ACC logo. Curls off. Baycott, I believe, got the rebound. He did. That's 20.
Yep.
25 points and 20 rebounds for Baycott. First Tar Heel the 2020 game since Bryce Johnson in 2016 against Florida State. R.J. Davis to Manick. Manick hands off on the right sideline to Anthony Harris. Back to Manick. Corner 3 ball. You know it.
I'm going to tell you, when it rains, it pours. And this time it's pouring in a very positive fashion for the Carolina Tar Heels, as they have enjoyed their shooting, but their shooters are getting open looks because of this consistently good ball movement.
70-47. Virginia had won 7 in a row in this series. Carolina looking to decisively end that. Clark, no. Rebound, Baycott. We could just record that and put it on a loop. His 21st. Anthony Harris has it. Handoff to R.J. Davis. Davis to Manick. Penetrates, hands off to Baycott. He goes up and is fouled. Couldn't finish. Fouls on Cafaro, his 4th.
You know, one thing we've talked about a lot is the offense. On defense, a change that has been made. Manick no longer on Gardner. That's really been since the beginning of the half. It's been Baycott on Gardner, and with Shedrick out after that facial injury, Cafaro has been able to be guarded by Manick.
So it's 70-47. We're going to break, but just a couple of notes here. In that 7-game losing streak, Carolina has averaged 53 points against the Cavaliers. The Heels have scored more than 75 just once in the last 18 games against Virginia. They're not there yet, but they do have 70. And it's the first time in 8 games that they've scored 70 or more against the Wahoos. They're up by 23 with 3:29 to play. Star Heel basketball from Learfield.
Get crackin' and feel unbeatable with new omelet bites from Dunkin'. Bacon and cheddar or egg white and veggie, made with cage-free eggs and packed with protein, so you can get out there and do whatever it is you need to do. Whether it's sending an email, walking your dog, or doing both at the same time while dropping your kid off at school. Take on today with new omelet bites from Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
There are so many insurance agencies here and there, but to find a dependable agency that you can trust, that would be Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency. They are your full-service agency offering auto, business, homeowners, health, and life. Maxwell B. Hamrick is an independent insurance agent. Call them today at 286-2384. They care about their customers, and it shows. They're located at 119 Huntley Street in Spindale. Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency, serving one satisfied customer at a time. For all your pharmacy needs, choose the Medicine Box of Forest City. Pharmacist Sheila Sheehan provides excellent care and pharmacy assistance for Medicare prescription cards. The Medicine Box is your home medical equipment provider, offering wheelchairs, walkers, nebulizers, and diabetic supplies. They also will direct bill Medicare for all your home medical needs. Call 245-1696. The Medicine Box on Broadway in Forest City, your local hometown pharmacy. Curbside service is available.
The music's on us on WCAB.
Tar Heels 70, Virginia 47, 3:29 to play. A reminder, Coke Zero Sugar postgame report comes up when we're done. We'll talk to Coach Davis, get a player. Dave will get you up to date on ACC scores and the final stats as well. Armando Baycott with 21 rebounds. He becomes just the second Tar Heel to have 20 or more rebounds in the Smith Center. The other one was Sean May, of course now an assistant coach for the Heels, who did it 3 times in his Carolina career, including that memorable Senior Day victory over Duke. One other final in conference games today thus far, and there's a lot of conference action. Clemson won in Raleigh against NC State, 70-65. Syracuse has a 4-point advantage over Wake Forest late first half, 34-30. Later tonight, BC at Pitt. Notre Dame visits Georgia Tech. Miami, who's 4-0 in the league, but all 4 games have been at home. I mean, think about that. They played 4 games at home. This is Carolina's first game at home. They're at Duke, so tough assignment there. And Louisville visits Florida State at 8 o'clock. Baycott at the free throw line for 2 shots. First one's good. So a reminder, not just the rebounds, a career high. Points are as well. Baycott now at 26 and 21 in the ball game. Second one, yes. He, Davis, and Love have not left the game. 3:25 to go. You would figure those subs would come in the near future with Carolina up 25 and 3:18 to play. We'll see. Kihei Clark to the free throw line. Hands off to Beekman. 14 on the shot clock. Hubert Davis coaching like it's a 2-point game, not a 25-point game, instructing his defense. Shot clock down to 7. Franklin, runner, left of the lane, good. Armand Franklin, the Indiana transfer, has 9. 2:55 to go. Anthony Harris hands off to R.J. Davis. Hand off to Manick. Carolina burning some clock here. Working out in between the circles. Now it's Love. Goes to the right sideline. 8 on the shot clock. He's guarded by Beekman. Gets a screen. Well, Manick feigned like he was going to show a screen. Didn't do it. Switch, gets Statman on Love. Tried the step-back triple, and it popped out. 2:28 to go. Virginia with the rebound. Tar Heels with the big lead. Manick blocks the jump shot of Beekman. Love comes up with the loose ball. Long push ahead to Manick. Over his head to Bacot. What an exclamation point.
And what a terrific example of ball sharing right there.
Other side, Beekman able to get the drive on the right side. Love had gone for the steal and overran it.
Yeah,
Tar Heels will go to the bench now, Eric, as Stiles and Dunn going to check in with some others.
Yeah, but I love that Manick pass to Bacot. It's just a bit of a tip of the hat. It says, Armando, you're running the floor still after playing the entire game. You've had an unbelievable game. Manick could have shot that under duress going in, but instead he shares it and celebrates.
5 on the shot clock. Tar Heels burning clock. R.J. Davis has it. 1 on the shot clock. Forces up a tough shot, but it will be a shot clock violation as he drove to the free throw line.
And Jones, I would just quickly interject. Davis is going to end tonight 0 of 11 from the field. I could care 2 whits about that. That kid has poured his heart and soul into this game, and he has distributed and he had defended. That Kihei Clark is a busy player for Virginia, and he shadowed him the entire time.
Clark 3 of 11, 9 points and just 2 assists in the game. So Carolina has now subbed. Ryan McAdoo is in, guarding Franklin. So it's Harris, McAdoo, Dunn, Stiles, McCoy. As Carson McCorkle back in, hits a runner for Virginia. So 1:15 to go. Tar Heels up 74-53. So again, it's Harris, Dunn, Stiles, Ryan McAdoo, and Justin McCoy. And it's McCoy left wing in the half court for Carolina. Hands off on the sideline to the freshman Stiles. Finds a cutting McAdoo down low. He gets deep. Extra pass to McCoy. Has a shot blocked by Statman. Statman long pitch ahead to McCorkle. He can't finish, but there's another reserve, Igor Milicic, who is in for Virginia. And he cleans it up for the bucket. Under a minute to go. Heels by 19. They've led by as many as 25. Going to be a nice win for Carolina to go into this midweek with no game. Feeling good about the performance. McCoy, penetration and pitch right corner to Dunn. He'll dribble up the sideline, out to Stiles. Stiles asks for a high screen from McAdoo and gets it. The freshman dribbles to the right wing. Lost the basketball, gets it back. Elevates left of the lane. Can't get the roll. That thing touched every part of the iron but wouldn't stay in. Franklin lowers his shoulder, barrels into the paint the other way. Oh, I think the officials say that belongs to Virginia. Franklin he kicked it. Had it stripped out of his hands, and then he kicked it out of bounds. Not that it matters. 15.6 to go. This was a close game. That would be one they looked at. Inbounds ends up in Franklin's hands, and he knocks in a long 3 from the left wing. That's going to do nothing but make the final score look a little more respectable. As the Tar Heels 74, Virginia 58. Anthony Harris will bring it front side, even though Kihei Clark trying to pick his pocket. So the Tar Heels stop a 7-game frustration against Virginia as they not just beat the Cavaliers in the Smith Center today, they really control the ball game and dominate their visitors from Charlottesville. Heels lead by as many as 25 late in the game and win the game 74-58. Carolina now 11-4, 3-1 in conference action. Virginia drops to 9-6 and 3-2 in the ACC. We, of course, still have a long way to go here on the Coke Zero Sugar postgame report. We'll talk to Coach Davis. We'll talk to a player. Dave will get you up to date on scores and stats. Get final thoughts from Eric on this one, too. Bacot, career highs, 29 points, 21 rebounds. Manick with 19. Caleb Love with 16 points and 5 assists. R.J. Davis with a gutty 39 minutes of action as well. Tar Heels winning by 16 from Learfield.
The perfect tailgate. All you need are your friends and the 2021 Ford F-150 with the available Pro Power onboard. It's like a mobile generator to power your tailgate all game long. It's this tradition of toughness and innovation that's made Ford F-Series America's best-selling truck 44 years straight and counting. Make your game day traditions bigger and better season after season. Check out the 2021 Ford F-150 at your Carolina Ford dealer. Based on 1977 through 2020 calendar year total sales.
Every basketball fan knows that playing at home is an advantage. But when you're ready for a home, the competition can be fierce. A verified approval letter from Rocket Mortgage can help. It tells sellers that your offer is good, helping your bid compete with cash buyers and giving you an edge in the home buying market. So when your finances need a home court advantage, Rocket can. Get started at rocketmortgage.com. Rocket Mortgage, proud supporter of college athletics.
A verified approval is based on an underwriter's analysis of your individual financial information and appraisal and title report. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states and on westconsumeraccess.org number 3030.
For any surface and every season, there's a Continental tire that delivers superior performance. From ultra-high performance tires like the Extreme Contact Sport, to passenger touring tires, to all-terrain light truck tires like the Terrain Contact AT. Continental has a tire that gives you confidence no matter the road conditions. Whether you're looking for summer, all-season, or winter tires, Continental Tire has something to fit your needs. Visit ContinentalTire.com to find your ideal tire. Continental Tire, a proud partner of Carolina Athletics.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
There are so many insurance agencies here and there, but to find a dependable agency that you can trust, that would be Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency. They are your full-service agency offering auto, business, homeowners, health, and life. Maxwell B. Hamrick is an independent insurance agent. Call them today at 286-2384. They care about their customers, and it shows. They're located at 119 Huntley Street in Spindale. Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency, serving one satisfied customer at a time. For all your pharmacy needs, choose the Medicine Box of Forest City. Pharmacist Sheila Sheehan provides excellent care and pharmacy assistance for Medicare prescription cards. The Medicine Box is your home medical equipment provider, offering wheelchairs, walkers, nebulizers, and diabetic supplies. They also will direct bill Medicare for all your home medical needs. Call 245-1696. The Medicine Box on Broadway in Forest City, your local hometown pharmacy. Curbside service is available.
Nobody gets a better deal than the customers at Sisk Family Ford. They have a proven record of the best deals. Sisk Family Ford, Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealer, has recently been recognized as the #1 Ford dealer in customer satisfaction in the Southeast. That speaks well of their commitment to serve their customers well. Look for all the new design 2021 F-150 at Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealership. That's Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
Big performance today by Carolina and a big win, 74-58 on the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard. Dave Nathan welcoming you into the Coke Zero Sugar post-game report. We'll have comments from Coach Davis coming up in the Continental Tire Coaches Corner. Eric and Jones will rejoin us to let you know what they thought about Carolina's performance here this afternoon. And we've got player of the game, plenty more to get to over the course of the next hour or so here on the Tar Heel Sports Network. And it all starts off with an updated look at the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard. Again, Carolina 74, Virginia 58. The Tar Heel snap their 7-game losing streak to the Cavaliers. Meanwhile, down the road, North Carolina State falls to Clemson. The Tigers beat the Pack 70-65. In Winston-Salem right now, the Deacs and Orange are at the half. Wake Forest 38, Syracuse 36. BC and Pitt, the next game to tip off at 4 o'clock. In the top 25, a couple of games in progress. Number 14, Texas trails Oklahoma State late in the first half, 30-25. 6:22 left to go before halftime. Number 19, Villanova 23, DePaul 21. Other finals from the top 25, Purdue knocks off Penn State 74-67. It's Houston 76, Wichita State 66. Providence with the 83-73 verdict against St. John's. And Seton Hall needs overtime to get by UConn 90-87. The Tar Heels improved to 3-1 in the ACC. Virginia drops to 3-2. Carolina bounces back after the disappointing defeat to Notre Dame midweek and thumps Virginia here today in Chapel Hill 74-58. A couple of Carolina football notes to pass along as well. Gene Chizik has been hired as Carolina's new defensive coordinator, and Charlton Warren has also been brought aboard the football staff. It's the second time around for both of those coaches who coached with Larry Fedora. So the Tar Heel basketball team gets this Saturday off to a good start, 74-58 over Virginia. We'll run through the numbers when we come back after this from Learfield.
Hey Carolina family, this is head football coach Mac Brown. As official sponsor of Carolina Athletics, Wells Fargo understands being a Tar Heel means there's no off season. With a Wells Fargo Tar Heels debit card, you can show off your Carolina pride no matter where you are. It's your colors, your team, your card. Visit wellsfargo.com and search Card Design Studio to learn more.
Copyright 2021 Wells Fargo Bank N.A. All rights reserved.
From star athletes to super fans, UNC Health is dedicated to caring for champions of all kinds. For you, the latest advancements in our greatest expertise are always in play to deliver personalized care with the utmost compassion. It's the kind of care that keeps champions like you and your family in the game when it matters the most. See our lineup at unchealthcare.org/sports.
This is Jones Angel, voice of the Tar Heels. And as a parent, I know nothing is more important than the safety of our children. More than 22% of teen-involved crashes per year in North Carolina are the result of distracted driving. Help protect our teenage drivers by ensuring they practice safe driving habits and avoid distracted driving. Always encourage your teens to put down the phone while driving and lead by example. Let's have a hands-free NC. Brought to you by Trusted Choice Independent Insurance Agents of North Carolina. Learn more at trustedchoice.com/Go Heels.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
At Smith Drugs of Forest City, we are continuing to offer the COVID-19 rapid testing and the COVID-19 vaccinations. Please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591 with any questions or concerns that you may have. You may also visit our website at smithsdrugsfc.com and schedule your COVID rapid 19 test or your vaccination. Again, if you have any questions, please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591.
It's that time again, time to get the flu vaccines. And Smith's Drugs in Forest City has the flu vaccinations available. Walk-ins Monday through Friday and Saturdays by appointment. And Smith's Drug is asking all their Dream Station and System 1 CPAP customers to call if you need any help with registering your recalled devices. Just call the Home Medical Department for any help or with questions at 828-245-4591. And Smith's Drugs has the Moderna and Pfizer initial shots and the boosters. They also have the flu vaccines at Smith's Drugs of Forest City. There are so many insurance agencies here and there, but to find a dependable agency that you can trust, that would be Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency. They are your full-service agency offering auto, business, homeowners, health, and life. Maxwell B. Hamrick is an independent insurance agent. Call them today at 286-2384. They care about their customers, and it shows. They're located at 119 Huntley Street in Spindale. Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency, serving one satisfied customer at a time.
Beats Virginia 74-58 here today at the Smith Center. Dave Nathan welcoming you back to the Coke Zero Sugar post-game report. Check in with Jones and Coach Davis in a bit. Eric Montross will also rejoin us here courtside. In the meantime, attention Tar Heel fans, if you've had any alcohol as a part of your game day activities, make sure you don't get behind the wheel. There are more ways than ever to get home safely. Call a friend, a cab, take a bus, or app your ride. 74-58. Let's run through the final stats presented by the campaign for Carolina. Armando Bacot, 29 points, 21 rebounds. It's the first 20-20 game for Tar Heel since Bryce Johnson went 30-20 against Florida State 6 years ago. And boy, did he ever play well. 9 offensive rebounds, 12 of 18 from the floor, and helping Carolina to the 16-point win. The two other Tar Heels in double figures, Brady Manick with 19 points and 16 points for Caleb Love, as Carolina extends what was a 6-point halftime lead, outscores Virginia by 10 in the second half to win 74-58. The Tar Heels shoot 28 of 59 from the floor. That's 47.5%. Carolina makes 11 three-pointers, and it was 11 out of 25, so a great percentage right there, 44%, and 7 of 11 at the stripe. Carolina out-rebounds Virginia 36-28. The Heels only turn it over 9 times and assist on 19 of 28 made baskets. No question Carolina sharing the basketball, and a big reason why in the win over Virginia. Other Tar Heels getting in the scoring column. R.J. Davis had 2 points despite going 0 of 10. It's the first time a Tar Heel has missed 10 or more shots from the floor since Harrison Barnes back in 2010 against Minnesota in Puerto Rico. It was 5 points for Anthony Harris, and Justin McCoy also contributes a triple. Leaky Black, again, doesn't attempt a field goal, doesn't score. Dontrez Styles, DeMarco Dunn, Ryan McAdoo all got on the floor late, and those players also didn't hit the scoring column. Virginia held to 26 of 56 shooting. That's 44.5%, 6 of 12 from three-point land, just 2 of 4 at the stripe. The Cavs turn it over 10 times and assist on 10 of 25 made baskets. 3 players in double figures for the Hoos. Reese Beekman leading the way with 13 points. Armand Franklin has 12, and Jayden Gardner, the transfer from ECU, has 10 points on 5 of 10 shooting. So those are the numbers presented by the campaign for Carolina. And as we approach the 3 o'clock hour, let's pause 10 seconds for a station ID. Down the lines on the Tar Heel Sports Network.
You're listening to Carolina basketball on 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherford.
74-58, Carolina blitzes Virginia. And in doing so, we mentioned that the Tar Heels were 7 of 11 from the free throw line, which means another 700 meals were donated to a local area food bank through Food Lion Feeds. Score to give more. Food Lion is the official grocer of the ACC. What a day today here in the Smith Center. Danny Green honored at halftime, and Carolina beats Virginia. First time in a long time, 74-58 to win for the 11th time this year. The Tar Heels now 11-4 overall and 3-1, right in the thick of things near the top of the pile in the ACC. Adam Lucas will chat with Armando Bacot later on. Before that, we'll hear from Jones and Coach Davis in the Continental Tire Coaches Corner. So stay right there. We've still got a lot to get to here on the Coke Zero Sugar postgame report from Learfield.